Hello. Hi. Welcome to DiceFriends. Hooray. We got the band back together.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I haven't played bass in a while.
We have
We
have one book left in the what's the name of this series?
Catacombs.
Well, no, there's the spy one, the Catacombs books. The first book is like a spy book.
Yeah, there's one that's like future or present day anyway, which seems kind of interesting. But yes, this is I don't think this was like a super popular series because they did only make 4.
No. There's only 4, but boy, I feel like they were all really good so far. Like the 2 we've played. I mean, Fairy Mountain we loved.
Oh yeah.
And then I think Night of the Living Dead was good, but a little wordy. It was a bit much.
I definitely think it's one of those like solo play or, extended things.
Yeah.
We were not going to get the full effect in 3 hours.
Yes, no, we were not. Especially considering that a lot of these books seem to have like a time mechanic that they like to implement where to like limit you give you choices, but we'll get into it later, but we generally have been ignoring that kind of stuff for the sake of a stream.
I feel like
that's all incoherent.
It's one of those like replay things where it's like, oh, I didn't get through it, now I start from the beginning and go again. Adds more replayability.
Yeah. We didn't finish Night of the Living Dead. We died in the end, actually.
Yeah.
I got killed trying to grab a ring.
Oh right, you like grabbed a ring and then like the wall formed around your arm and just like sucked you into the wall and you just became part of the wall.
Cool, man. Yeah, that was it. So we'll probably go back. I mean, we'll go back to Fairy Mount at some point because I do want to beat it, but I want to give it time for mostly me to forget what happened.
Yeah.
So I can kind of just, I'm trying to give it, there's a cooling down period because I still remember Fairy Mound is like still very much like in my head. I can remember certain parts of it.
Still vivid images.
Yeah. Well, there were some really good ones, right? There was just like, and then like Night of the Living Dead, I kind of remember, but it was just a lot. But first, welcome to DiceFriends. My name is Adam. This is Paul and Beej who are joining me as my co-workers, my co-writers, my co-pilots, my co-streamers,
It's like Adam...
Visible audience.
Yeah. It's like Adam's going to play and we're going to not help, but, be present, I guess.
You're like Statler, you're Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah,
I'm here to question your choices and make you doubt exactly every move you make.
Yeah, it's fair. That's not too hard, considering.
It's important that we question his choices until the point where he gets so fed up that he does something we say, which will inevitably be the wrong thing to do. And then we say, why did you do that? That was dumb.
Jesus, listen to us. Holy shit.
Well, Paul's got the soul read, Why did you do that? Why would you ever do that? What are you doing? Yeah. So here on DiceFriends every week, usually we're playing some sort of a tabletop game, and this day is no different, but these streams are a little bit different. Every week, or not every week, but once every couple of months, we try to find a choose your own adventure book that I will be reading through and making the decisions for, and you were all along for the ride. This week, we will be playing Gnomes 100 Dragons 0. So I'm assuming the dragons need to hire a new coach because if you're losing by 100, then I'm assuming it's a basketball game because if it's a hockey game, then you need to take a real long, hard look at how you're playing the sport. Yeah, you have a goalie in net. Yeah, so that's what we're doing this week. As always, these streams are brought to you by the good people at Wormwood Gaming. If you go to wormwoodgaming.com and use the code LRR for free shipping within the United States, and then everywhere else, if you use the code LRR World, you get $10 off your shipping. They do lots of stuff like dice towers, which we used in the before times when we could all be in the same room together. I don't think I'm using anything by them, but the graphic overlay is I'm pretty sure the dice tray that we would be using.
Yes,
we were rolling the actual dice.
And in fact, you can get one of your own too. DiceFriends rolling trays and the DiceFriends Dice Vault by Wormwood are available in the Loading Rerun store.loadingreadyrun.com.
Still a couple of black walnut ones left. Those are not, by the way, the Wormwood stuff that's in our store, you don't get free shipping on. Sorry. This code is good for things on Wormwood's own website.
Beej your hair, man.
I know, right?
So good.
Did it for you.
I'm trying to catch up. Like, I'm working on it, but I'm so far behind.
I've got a little plaque in my bathroom that just says "Do it for him," and it's got pictures of you all over. Good reference.
Yeah. All right. You know how to get right to my heartstrings. It's like, oh, you just make a Simpsons reference and he laughs. It's weird. Yeah. So, also, these streams are brought to you by you with your support over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. It lets us keep the lights on, especially in this last year, which has been very difficult for everybody. And the support has not stopped, which is amazing to me. I don't know. I still find it kind of incredible that we were able to function. It's gone up.
Yeah.
Okay. Support's gone up. So that's good. Thank you very much from me and Paul and Beej and everybody else. It means a lot to us that we get to do this, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty weird. Also, again, I'll mention, Beej mentioned it, but we do have a store. We do have a lot of new items for sale. We have the Bike Club shirt is new too, right?
Correct.
Is that for sale now? Yeah. So if you go to the store.loadingreadyrun.com,
yes,
and go and look, there is a new shirt called Don't Talk About Bike Club, which is a reference to our DiceFriends campaign, Not a Drop to Drink, which is run by Jacob Burgess. And it's a very cool and funny vampire joke.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen that campaign, by the way, it's all up on our YouTube channel, including the post campaign Q&A with the players. So check that out.
And we are doing another one in 2021. We just don't know when yet. So those characters will be back at some point.
Ooh.
So we'll see. Anyway, we ready?
I think we're ready.
Ready to figure out why these gnomes are up 100 over these dragons?
Yeah, good point.
it's kind of weird. All right, so welcome to Gnomes 100 Dragons 0. There is a short introduction, which isn't as long as the Night of the Living Dead one, which is a bonus. And there's a couple things that I'll go over very quickly, but then we're jumping right into the story. All right. Introduction. Man, it starts off with a banger. Are you ready? You are Rye, a recently promoted baker living on Sandcrest. You were a baker's apprentice for 3 long years, but yesterday the Bakers Guild declared that you had attained full bakerhood. Ooh. You think it was your bread rolls that did it, but you can't be sure.
Full baker!
Oh, man. You spent the entire day yesterday looking for a job in town and found nothing. Every bakery was willing to settle for an apprentice baker to avoid paying the guild rates demanded for a full-fledged baker.
Oh.
While drinking at a local inn, trying to sop up your disappointment, you heard what sounded like the chance of a lifetime. A gnome at a nearby table was talking. He said, in just a few months, things will really be cooking around Mount Nevermind. You caught the word cooking, and then managed to interpret the rest of the rapid gnomish speech. Being an enterprising young man, and having heard all you needed to hear, you went over to them, bought drinks all around, and started asking questions. The gnome said, once you managed to slow them down, that Mount Nevermind had a huge cavern filled with baking equipment. That's convenient. I'm a baker. All right. All right. So, Mount Nevermind had a huge cavern filled with baking equipment, and hundreds of gnomes had a life quest to develop the art of baking. The gnomes, glancing at each other, also added that they were certain the baking gnomes would be happy to share their secrets with a human who would lead all the gnomes. Excitement rising in you at the thought of secrets that might make you one of the greatest bakers on Krynn, you pursued the conversation. You asked the gnomes when they were going back to Mount Nevermind, and they said I thought they said they had no hurry. I was like, no hurry. Never mind. They said they had to hurry because of the huge get-together coming in just a few months. The thought of leading gnomes in baking for a huge party made your eyes gleam with anticipation. Where can I sign up? You asked. And an important-looking gnome gave you a huge contract written in Gnomish, which you quickly signed on the dotted line. We signed it without reading it? Oh, no.
Great. Yeah.
Oh, no.
That Gnomish terms of service, man. It's going to get us.
Oh, no. Why? Wow. Oh, man. Mistake number 1. All right. That is how you became the general of all the Gnomish armies.
Holy crap!
Why are the gnomes handing over military power? Just be like, yeah, I don't know, you take it. No.
Give it to the tall guy.
Yeah. For what was cooking at Mount Nevermind was preparation for war. The rest of Krynn had been embattled for many months in the struggle to prevent the Queen of Darkness and her evil dragons and draconians from taking over the land. Word had reached the gnomes in their volcanic fastness on the Isle of Sankrist that a dragon army was coming, with evil dragons and hordes of horrid, dragon-like reptiles called draconians coming to destroy the gnomes' homeland.
Oh my god, it's a dragon!
The gnomes...
Not technically a dragon. That is in fact a draconian.
Technically it's a wyvern, Paul. It's a drake. The gnomes, of course... The gnomes, of course, are inventors, not fighters. They consulted their histories and discovered that whatever the dragons had come to Mount Nevermind before, a human had led the gnomes to victory. So they sent their best gnomish recruiters to hire a human, any human, and you're it. Even if there was some way to get away from Sankrist, it's really too late. Besides, the gnomes need your help. There are only 20 days left before the enemy is supposed to arrive, 20 days to explore the entire weird mountain the gnomes have inhabited for thousands of years, to see if you can find that will be useful in the fight. Your thin body shivers at the thought. That's it. Considering Night of the Living Dead, that is the shortest explanation ever. There is a time mechanic. We are ignoring it. When we get to near the end of the stream, there is a prompt where it's like, you technically have 24 hours. Each time you explore a room, or no, not 24 hours, you have 20 days. So each time you explore a room, the game assumes it takes you the full day, because this includes like looking around, digging through junk, talking to people, eating, sleeping, the whole thing. Like these rooms, I guess, are massive. But
it's like Persona 5. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's exactly like Persona 5. I get that reference. I got it, man. I only spent 6 months of my life to get that reference. So, there's a prompt to turn to a page, a certain page at the end, but I think at the end of the Cameron, thank you for the rating party. I think at the end of the stream, like 20 minutes left or something, we'll just turn to 82 and see what happens. See what we've got going for us.
It's like we feel prepared.
Time mechanic not worrying. There is a method of travel through Mount Nevermind called the Gnome Flinger, which is essentially just a giant catapult. That will come up at certain points. There's nothing really. They just explain it. This is like kind of like.
Don't worry, you can fast travel. Yeah.
Yes, there are like combat is the same as it was in Night of the Living Dead, where we roll a d12. Rye, the baker, has been gifted a giant power suit. We're kind of like Ripley in Aliens.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a steam-powered
we have that going for us.
armor.
I'm guessing that's a draconian.
Yes. When we take damage in this, the suit has armor points that are subtracted from first unless the game specifically states life points. So if the game says you lose life, then we have to take from our hit points, which we only have 10 of, and anything else is taken from the suit. When the suit loses all of its hit points, the suit is destroyed. So we can't really fight anymore.
Okay.
You're because you're not like a warrior. You're just a baker guy.
No, I'm a baker. I'm not a fighter at all. Complete opposite, actually.
I'm a baker, not a fighter.
Also, there is something called the Gnomish Machinery Figure Out Chart. We will be using that whenever we come across some new gnomes or some new gnomish machinery.
Wow.
Basically, the way this chart works is we start and then we roll a d12, and then depending which number we roll, we go down that part of the tree. So sometimes it'll be like to fix this machine, get to A. So sometimes we'll roll a 1 to 8, and all we have to do is get to 8. Or we roll a 1 to 8 and we get to A. That's it.
Okay.
But sometimes I'm assuming it'll be like get to C or get to B, and if we we can miss it. We kind of like want to, hopefully we roll right and get there. But if not, we can get to the start over to start from the top. But other times we could just break the machine and not get it.
Wild.
Yeah. So it looks more complicated than it really is. Once you look at it, you're like, oh, you just roll and then follow the tree all the way down. And then just do what it does until you can't go any farther. And that's it.
I love the idea that you get to start over potentially. Like that's...
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you're putting in so much work. You're like, oh, wait, what if I did this? You know, like I like that idea of like, it's cute. Let's see here. There are bookmarks. Those are our things. We have a group of faithful gnomish assistants. You have 68 faithful gnomes to help you and obey your every command. You don't know how they do it, but every time you enter a chamber, no matter how you get there, those 68 gnomes, at least you assume they're the same ones, are right behind you.
So many.
Ducklings!
Yeah. They won't help in combat because you are the leader. You are the leader. It's like Willow. It's like, yes. You are the leader. They won't help in combat because you're the leader, and they are the ones that carefully carry any items you find back to the holding area for the great battle. So it's like we don't have an inventory space. Like we just like anything we find, we're like, you hold it. And they're like, yes, you are the leader. You know?
All 68 of them going, yes, we will hold this.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
God,
Paul and I talked about this before we started, and he's like, 68? And I was like, so that means, he's like, you're the 69th? And I'm like, nice. Yes.
Yeah.
But also, I think, I would assume that this book was written well before 69 was like very much this, like it was already a sex number, but as pervasive in popular culture as it is today, you know what I mean? Because anytime any of us see 69, we just all say nice. We're all just like nice. But I bet you
we're looking
back
for
in
it.
19-2, they saw 69 and we're like, yep, that's a number.
That's almost 70. That's what they thought.
Yeah.
But
So
it's just like, couldn't it just be like, you have 5 assistants? You have 2 assistants who will carry stuff for you. Like, it just do you have to keep track of how many you have? Are they gonna get knocked off as this thing goes on?
No, I don't think so. Another thing we need to remember for combat, because as our suit fights, it powers up because it's building steam. So the first turn of combat, we do 5 points of damage if we hit. In the second turn of combat, we do 7 points of damage if we hit. And then the third turn and every turn after that, we do 10 points of damage if we hit.
Oh, hell yeah.
We roll a d12, we have to roll it. When we roll for combat, we're rolling a d12. We have to roll an 8 or under to hit, and then there's tables for all the monsters. There are random effects like there were in Fairymound, I think. Fairymound had random effects, good and bad. There's just a list of them. Yeah. When they tell us, hey, something good has happened, we do number 1, and we go all the way through until we get to number 20. If we get to number 20, we roll back to number 1. Bookmarks. We did the gnomish, never mind.
Oh, there's a secret bookmark. Or there's a...
Oh, is there?
Well, there's a dragon bookmark.
Yes.
Which has been put somewhere in the book.
In the ebook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Paul did it.
Paul
has hidden it. I don't know where it is.
I have chosen a page number at random for that bookmark to be on.
Basically, if you didn't pick page 69, Paul, you're a coward.
Well, but now you'd be expecting it on page 69, so I can't put it on page 69
you can't,
now, can
I? All right. So I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty simple. It's just like we have 68 gnomes. Nice. We have a hidden dragon somewhere that's going to ambush us. We are looking through a mountain for a bunch of stuff. Are we all ready to start? We all ready to start Twitch chat? Paul, Beej, you all ready?
I'm feeling good.
YouTube, are you ready? All right. Even more bad news. You are about to explore Mount Nevermind for a noble purpose. You have a willing crew of 68 gnomish warriors. It's going to make me laugh every time. 68 nice gnomish warriors ready to do anything you ask, except be warriors.
Great. Glad they used that word.
Oh, that got me. You've got great steam-powered armor that increases your strength and your ability to hit enemies. You are ready. But as the gnomes lead you toward the main hall, you see a tiny green humanoid creature disappearing into the darkness. What's that? You shout. Or sorry, what's that? You shout.
What's that?
Oh, says a gnome, obviously embarrassed. That's just an imp. We don't know how they got into our mountain, but they seem to be multiplying like flies and are everywhere. They're usually just mischievous, but they could be a problem. Great. It's bad enough that I have to fight a dragon army in 20 days. Now I have to worry about imps too? Well, we will take care of them as they come along. Is there anything else I should know about? Well, the oldest says, there are numerous tunnels, especially in the lower areas, that gnomes don't use anymore. They have sometimes become the homes of possibly dangerous monsters. Monsters! You shout. All the gnomes around you look very sad and respectful. You'll never hear the whole story if you don't let them finish. Well, they were upset. I kept interrupting them. Like, monster! Like, can we finish our story, please?
I'm starting to think that they don't have a lot of cool baking stuff at all.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Well, it seems there are some monsters in some of the abandoned areas. A gnome can easily spot the entrances to such places and avoid them. You see, usually the monsters just roam around in their own areas and eat each other. It is only sometimes that they come out and eat gnomes. But we do have a committee looking into the problem. What's the town hall thing called? Where you go to town hall and you have like anybody can stand up and be like, hey, this is the problem.
Like a resolution?
What's the word I'm looking for? No, there's a word for it. Filibuster. Yeah.
Yes.
They're having a filibuster. Thank you, Twitch chat. Okay. Where were we? Monsters eat each other. It is only sometimes that they come out and eat gnomes. We do have a committee. So, there are dangerous monsters, and there are also imps to deal with, but that's all. And he stands as tall as he can, gives you a kind of a salute, and says, we gnomes know you won't have any trouble with these minor problems. Shall we get started? They take you by the hand and lead you toward the gnome flinger. Turn to page 8 to begin your quest.
The gnome flinger. So you've got 68 gnomes traveling with you. And a gnome can easily spot the entrance to monster caves. Mm-hmm. How much do you want to bet none of those 68 gnomes will mention it if you happen to be walking towards a monster cave?
Oh, we should have mentioned that there was a monster down there.
Good point.
All right. This is a thing explaining the gnomish machinery, but it's very easy. All right. Here we go. Let's begin our journey. You eye the gnome flinger suspiciously. It doesn't look like anything you want to have any part of, but you glance again at the cliff and with all its strange shaped entryways. You feel your curiosity overcoming your caution. There is a small knock on the leg of your armor. You look down to see a gnome calling himself Tromsh, standing impatiently by your side. Well, he says, his voice oozing doubt as to your ability to handle the gnome's problems and whether you have the courage to be flung through the air to somewhere up on the cliff. That's a lot to get from one look.
Yeah.
Like, wow, you don't have any confidence in me, and you're questioning my ability to operate your gnomish invention. Yes, the gnomes of Doubt Nevermind need help, and never mind the fact that you've never done anything but work in a bakery. Never mind the fact that even the smallest draconian soldier must outweigh you by 100 pounds. Never mind that you know nothing about military matters. The gnomes are looking for you to help, and by reorcs, you're going to try. Hoping to see something. What?
Turn to 8A, which is the next paragraph.
The next paragraph. Hoping to see something that will help you make up your mind, you climb onto the earthen platform bearing the gnome's steam-powered lift system, the Gnome Flinger. A gnarled, muscular, leather apron-clad gnome introduces himself as Gnomsh the Flinger Boss. He thrusts you toward a reclining seat, saying, First trip, nothing at all to worry about. This is the fastest, most reliably tested gnomish device anywhere in Mount Nevermind. It was built by my great uncle Bump. And my family's life quest has been to make it better and better all the time. You stir restlessly under his barrage of words.
Editor's note.
Every time
gnomes speak in words with no spaces. It's gonna be
like
a problem.
German.
Yeah. They're all like, it's all together. They're gimmick. Okay, you stir restlessly under the barrage of words. Every time one of the gnomes talks to you, you hope you'll be able to understand him, but it doesn't seem to happen. By your side, Gnomsh, at least you understand that much, still talks while he pushes you into the gnome flinger's seat. You're about to resign yourself to whatever the gnomes have in store when you shout, "Stop!" Gnomsh and the other gnomes, who have been twisting dials, checking steam valves, and shoveling coal, stop what they're doing and stare at you, open-mouthed, incredulity,
Yeah, it's not a normal word.
incredulity on their faces. "I'm sorry," you say, surprised at the anguish in your voice, "but if I'm going to go through Mount Nevermind and find these things, I think I will help you and me, or I think will help you and me beat the dragon army. I have to understand what you're saying. Please talk slowly. Whenever you say anything to me." The gnomes' looks change to ones of pity and dismay. The coal shoveler clucks under his breath, and you think you catch the murmured words, "Poor fellow, he'll be no help at all."
We got a
Doesn't
dumb
have the
one.
brains for it. Doesn't have the brains for it. But I guess we can't send him away now. It wouldn't be kind to him to know we realize how weak-minded he is. Gnomsh gently pats your hand, saying loudly, as if you are deaf, "I will do that, young man, and I will remind everyone else to talk slowly too." He makes a gesture towards the less muscular gnome working on the gnome flinger. He's also younger, you see, as he turns towards you and raises an eyebrow questioningly. "Get on with it, Next," the finger boss orders. You watch as young Next gathers a number of brightly colored flags and begins making broad gestures in the air with them. Suddenly, a loud whistle sounds and you see gnomish heads popping from the many openings in the rock wall in front of you. They all watch Next signals, which quickly become faster than the eye can see flips and twirls. You're afraid that Next will twist himself into a pretzel if he keeps this up for long. Finally,
Your baker,
once
you
more,
see, pretzel.
Everything
finally,
is just
once
bread
more
metaphors.
Yeah.
Perfect. I can't
What
wait.
are you, pumpernickel? Jeez.
Finally, once more turning his head and giving you a look of pity combined with impatience, he slows down the motion of the flags almost to stop.
I think the gnomes have gone
The gnomes
from
of the cliff.
like asking for your help to making fun of you.
Yeah, that's gnomes for you. The gnomes on the cliff all look at you, shrug their shoulders, and duck back into the cliff openings. The far-talking family is using a new system to send messages. Everyone knows how to now to speak slowly, announces Gnomsh. Thank you, you answer in a tiny voice. You sit in the gnome flinger, not liking anything you see, as the gnomes around you explain that you are what you are indeed seeing. Before you are 5 levels of cliffs. There are also 2 chambers that you can easily walk to without being flung. You seriously consider getting out of the gnome flinger and going toward one of the areas within walking distance, but you politely wait until the gnomes are done explaining, and you get a fairly good idea of what every entrance on the cliff face means to the gnomes. There is art. This is what they are going to launch us at.
Which one is made for you?
The Bat Cave. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, wait, there is a bat
So I get
cave.
to choose. Yeah, it is. All right. The closer you get to the time of the Dragon Army's invasion, the harder it is for gnomes to concentrate on their flinging. The chart above judges your success rate for each fling depending on how many days are left before the invasion. Each time you wish to be flung, generate a number from 1 to 12, then read the chart. If you get the number you need or higher, go to the page number of the chamber you wish to reach. If you get less than the number you need, you miss your target and go 1 level lower and 1 entrance to the right. Add any extra points you acquire while on your quest also. That's such like a gnome thing, right? It's like, yeah, it'll work. Kinda. It's like, good luck. I don't know. Sometimes things
I mean,
are going to go
it is a
wrong.
catapult.
Yeah, it's true. For example, if you try for A on the highest level and you miss, you would reach B on the next lower level. Blah, blah, blah. If you aim for the far right and miss... Oh, if you aim for the far right of the cliff and miss, you are flung to the left side one level down. Okay.
What, you loop?
Yeah, that's weird. Very,
Well,
Pac-Man.
you just move over left one. If you're on the far right, you just go
left one,
down
right,
and left
okay.
one. You just go down and left one. You don't just like shoot and loop around and end up on the other side, which would be sick. Yeah. All right. So, days on the chart are measured. Yeah, we're not going to worry about the days. We're not going to really worry about this. It's a cool mechanic, but the information you receive about these caverns is sketchy at best. You are only able to, actually we'll roll, but not consider the day. Maybe I don't know. The information you receive about these caverns is sketchy at best. You're only able to get hints about the places because the gnomes tend to be very clannish, even in the mountain, and don't get around much. Looking over the possible areas, you select one, tell the gnomes, and then close your eyes and hope for the best. Suddenly, you feel yourself being flung. All right, so we have to pick one, right?
Well, it seems that the harder ones to get into, like the intention here is that the hardest ones to get into are the ones that it's like where you'd have to roll a very, very tight window. So I feel like we want to try to roll into the one that would have the tightest window because that's probably the one that has the most interesting stuff in it.
So, like, the top left corner, theoretically, is the hardest one to get to, right?
I think so. Or is it top right corner? Because you get moved down if you miss. You get moved to the left if you miss.
On day one...
No, down and to the right if you miss.
Yes, you go down and to the right.
Okay. So, yeah.
So the way this works is, like, on day one, which we're on, we need to roll a 5 to 12 to get to the... Oh, it's a 1 to 12 for the lowest? So we can just go into the lowest, right?
Yeah, always get into
the very top is 5. We have to roll a 5, or between a 5 and a 12.
Right.
Right?
Sure, that makes
sense. If we miss, then we have to go down a level and to the next cave in the sequence.
Yes. Well, down to the right if we can, but if we're on the far right, we go down to the left.
Yeah.
So if we go
so
for the
I want to try to go.
And
I want to try to go into the bat.
You end up in the bakery.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you go for, wait, is the bat the bakery?
No, the bat is the
second highest level.
Oh, it's the
right?
the third one down. Third one. The second
highest level, second highest, third highest, fourth highest, fifth highest in the area within walking distance. So the second highest is it all starts from the top. So the bakery is the one right next to the bat cave, I think.
So it's the catapult.
The bat cave is the catapult.
Weird. The bat's the catapult? Why is the bat the cat? Well, we're gonna try to do that.
Because they rhyme.
And if you miss that,
so if I wanted
then you go to the armory. So that doesn't seem so bad.
So I can roll. I have to roll between a 4 and a 12 if I'm reading this right? Right? So we're trying to go to the second layer.
That seems reasonable to me.
All right, let's try. Where's my rolly dice?
Is that my camera artifact that's doing that?
Making you go kind of greeny?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably on the...
All right, wish me luck.
NBD.
It's a 6. You're good.
That's good, right? Okay,
Yeah.
good. Whew. Whew. All right. We're going where we want to go. All right.
Awesome.
So we're going to the catapult, page 106. Is there a faster way to... I didn't look at the art in this one beforehand, so usually I try to look at them. 102. Okay, here we go. You start to shake, wondering if you've left Mount Nevermind for some dark, hellish place of fire and evil.
Wait,
Hammers clang on molten...
Didn't you say 106?
Oh, did I say 106? I thought I said 102. Hold up. Hold up. Did we already screw up? 106. Yeah, I said 106. All right. 106. All right.
Had a joke all prepped and everything.
Oh, man. You can't believe your eyes.
10 million fireflies? Had a joke all ready to go.
I know. I screwed you. Man, I'm sorry, Beej.
It's no problem.
You can't believe your eyes. This chamber is big enough to hold an entire huge castle. And surrounding it are a number of giant catapults, as well as other things that you can't identify quite as positively. The only person you see is a female gnome. You're about to go talk with her when you spot an imp sneaking out of a pit, hiding behind the legs of various pieces of machinery. But there's no mistaking the little piggish eyes. If you think you'd better fight the creature, turn to 121I. If you have something you want to say to it, turn to 97E. However, if you want to ignore it, you can just start exploring the fascinating chamber. Well,
I mean,
I kind of just want to ignore it. It's never, these books consistently punish you for talking to people.
I feel like if our objective here is to collect bits of machinery in order to fight a dragon, I feel like a couple catapults is not a terrible way to start.
True.
Yeah.
And if there's one thing that sucks about fantasy novels is whenever characters interact with each other.
Yeah. This is true. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try to talk to whatever. I'll talk to the imp. 97E. We're gonna talk to it. This is not gonna end well. I know this is not gonna end well. 97E. As you lean toward it, the imp starts to reach for your nose with its little clawed fingers, but you quickly say, "Wait! I have news for you." Its fingers pause in midair, and a quizzical look comes over its face. The gate to your plane is open. You can leave now. Why are we just lying to this? Hey, you can go home, by the way.
Is it supposed to be like an airport joke that the gate to your plane, but also the gate to your plane?
Boy, I just gated in here, and my arm's tired.
Oh my god.
All right. The gate to your plane is open. You can leave now. To find out if the imp believes you, roll a die. If you get a 1 to 7, turn to 22F. If you get an 8 or higher, I'm assuming 8 or higher is what we need. Come on, baby.
That is absolutely the lowest you could roll.
Thank
From
you for
8.
pointing that out, Beej. I was not aware. 22F it is. All right. 22F. This thing is gonna kill us. It's just an imp. How hard? We're in a big metal suit.
Yeah.
22.
Nothing in front of your nose.
The imp gets an excited look on his little brown face as it turns and flutters / scurries away. You think you hear it saying, "Oh, goody, 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 goody! I didn't like it here anyway." Clearly, it's lived with the gnomes too long. Return to the main description that, it worked.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Also,
All right.
the imp is apparently Wario.
Yeah. Goody, goody. No, it's what was the lich from the last adventure? Hey, it's me, Abraxas.
Right.
I'm back.
That's
just my default voice that I do for things. I can't help it.
That imp is going to be like, finally I can go home. Wait,
he's going to get there and he's like, all right. Turn to 130. Okay. Look, you got to cut me some slack. I'm not a voice actor, Twitch chat.
All right, so we're back to 106.
Try my best. No, 130 it said, didn't it?
It said to return to the description of the location where you saw the imp.
Oh, 106. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong things.
All right, cool.
My brain has been extremely fried all day, so this is a miracle that I've made it this far.
Combat dealing with the imp. Good job, us.
Yeah, we did it. There's art for this page if you scroll down a little bit too. I think this is the room that we are currently seeing.
In 106 with the...
Yeah. That's the gnome lady with the... Why are gnomes' heads so big? Fuck. It's like an orange on a toothpick. All right. So...
And remember, as we're looking at this picture, there are 68 other gnomes standing behind you.
That looks similar to this.
Yeah, the visual of like, we're walking in and we're like, hey, little imp, your portal's open, and there's like 68 gnomes waiting quietly and patiently behind you the whole time. It's like... Oh man. All right, so we're free to explore the chamber. We may investigate the female gnome. There's a trap door in the floor. the gorilla machine, tiny gnome near gorilla, 2 catapults, machine with arms, castle, darkness at far left, or tunnel at far right. I would be an idiot to not investigate the gorilla machine. I am intrigued. Yeah. 117A. There is not a world that exists where they're like, would you like to look at this telescope? How about this? I'd be like, what's that over in the corner? Oh, we don't talk about that. No, I really want to know. What's that over there? Well, that's the gorilla machine. I'm like, what did you say? Can you speak up, please? That's the gorilla machine. Why didn't you mention it in the first place? You know, like how I'm only human. My heart's not made of stone.
It's the machine that Gorilla Monsoon was using last.
Yeah. What was it? 117A.
I don't know.
Not A, right? Oh, if the imp is still in the vicinity, no, turn to 113G. If not, turn to 128B. Sick. We did it.
Modifiers.
We got rid of the imp. So we're going to 128B. Man, we've won already. We've started this book as a winner, which is unreal. Okay. When you start to look for the gorilla, it has
So it doesn't look like a gorilla.
When you start to look for the gorilla, it has mysteriously disappeared. Oddly disappointed, you return to 106.
Oh my god!
Choice! Oh, this is going to be a good book.
Somehow the next entry in the book actually changed as you were talking, just to give you maximum hubris.
Fuck, man. All right, well, tiny gnome near gorilla.
There's no gorilla.
Yeah, the gorilla's gone. Yeah, tiny gnome.
There's a gnome that's smaller than a regular gnome. Hey, what happened to the gorilla?
Forced perspective.
Yeah, what if that's like in Lord of the Rings? You know, when they're filming Lord of the Rings, they made Gandalf look way bigger than everyone else by making Gandalf be farther or closer to the camera.
Yeah, maybe that gnome is just far away.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to the female gnome. Let's go to 145G.
Hell yeah.
Okay, 145.
G.
A G. All right. You hesitate to interrupt the female gnome at her work. She is concentrating on turning some delicate screws in Big the Somewhat... That's a weird...
Yeah, you're not having a stroke, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
She is concentrating on turning some delicate screws in Big the Somewhat conical instrument she's working on. You cough
In
and
the somewhat
yourself.
big? In the big somewhat conical, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
You put the oven in the thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what that... You
Oven...
heat up, turn off oven, yeah.
But about eat hot food.
They accidentally a word
cough.
in there.
You cough and introduce yourself. There's silence for a few excruciatingly long minutes. She sits there for minutes? Oh no! Then she finally looks up and says, "Oh, hello. I was told you might be along." "What are you doing?" you ask. "Working on my life quest, of course, like all gnomes. Mine is exploring the heavens. I'm surprised to see you, a woman, working on the life quest." Jesus Christ.
You know, keep that in your back pocket the next time you're out on a date.
Oh, man. Oh,
That's smooth.
That's a yikes, man. All right. Well, okay. I'm surprised to see you, a woman, working on a life quest. "Why should you be surprised?" She pauses, then shrugs. "Oh, you mean because I'm not keeping house and minding children? Well, that's very noble activity for those women who feel themselves called to it. But it's not meant for everyone. My parents named me Star, and I'd rather search the night skies, especially since the Queen of Darkness and the valiant warrior constellations disappeared from the heavens. I've got to figure out what's going on. Does this thing help you?" You point to the instrument. Our character's a moron. Of course. That's my largest look at the far places without moving the feet instrument.
Oh, they doesn't have Greek, so they couldn't use telescope.
Can we think of a better name? Yeah, it's like, maybe we should shorten that a little bit, you know? It's like I've been working on this farseer for a long time. Want to look through it? If you accept Star's offer, turn to 74. If not, think... Oh, I mean,
not only are we in a cave, but we're in like the second level down cave.
Yeah, she couldn't even get like space in the observatory part of the
Yeah,
cave,
she
right?
couldn't get the top, man.
Yeah.
Just a little hole cut out so she can look through like the top. All right, 74 a G.
Christ, what if that's the joke? Oh no.
You kneel down so that your eyes are at about the same level as stars. She turns the far-seeing device so that the small end meets your eye. You gasp as you see the distant castle suddenly loom large in front of you. Wow! You exclaim. I'd sure like to have one of these. Would you? Here. I've got a small one you can have. Well, I don't really have time to look at the sky. I've got a battle to prepare for. I know, Star replies. Actually, this little farce here would be more use to you in using that gnome finger to get around Mount Nevermind. In fact, that's what I designed it for. You take the device, thanking Star. From now on, whenever you use the gnome flinger, you have a bonus of 2 points in trying for the exact location. Oh, wow.
Wow.
I knew it! I was like, they're gonna build stuff into the game to make it easier for you to get places.
So they have telescopes, but nobody bothered to actually put one on the gnome flinger until now.
Maybe she just didn't get down there yet.
Yeah, maybe they're. I'm assuming these gnomes are like very insular. Like the ones that are in the mountain don't interact with the ones outside the mountain, and vice versa. Like they're like,
Yeah, the
She's
ones-
like, I made this thing. They haven't come and got it yet. And it's like, do they even know it exists?
yeah.
The ones in the mountain don't seem to be super concerned about the, dragons coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Well, we haven't screwed up yet. This is amazing. Okay. Let's go see the tiny gnome near the gorilla. 154 H.
hey, tiny gnome, where's the gorilla?
Hey, what if he just gaslights me? There's never a gorilla here.
I swear I walked in and saw it, and then it was
I have a
gone the
picture.
moment I walked over.
154 H. Okay. When you decide to go talk to the old male gnome who stands in the distance staring at the castle, it seems as if you trudge for miles across the cavern's plain before you reach him. He seems startled to see you, but politely introduces himself as the oldest living member of the He Whose Members Duck the Best family. He seems quite proud of his status. But then his face changes from one of pride to deep concern for you. But all he says is, I wouldn't go near the castle or those catapults if I were you. He seems inclined to say nothing more. You return to 106. Man, we haven't learned a lot from this room, have we?
I mean, we learned not to go near that other stuff unless
Yeah,
he's
that's
a
true.
liar.
Yeah. So, not supposed to go near the catapults or the castle. I'm going to go to the trapdoor on the floor. So
Oh, hell yeah.
145A.
It's like over by the telescope.
145A. You pull up the wooden trapdoor and peer down into the darkness. You ask the female gnome nearby, excuse me, miss, but do you know where this tunnel goes? The gnome turns away from her huge far-seeing device and says shortly, everything near here has to go down with the, has to do with war and getting places. There we go. Then she turns back. If you want to go down the tunnel, go to 105D. If not, return. We're going down the tunnel.
Everything
105D,
near-
baby. It's all about war. 105D. You drop down into the tunnel. And before you have a chance to look around, the gnome astronomer accidentally kicks the door shut with her foot. You feel your way forward and finally come to 48. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, really got into it. Whoops.
You're now at you've moved to a different place.
Completely.
She's
Let's say
just
48.
obeying OSHA rules, I think. It's just like, it's not healthy to have a wide open hole next to the place that you're working, right? She's like, I gotta kick that closed.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
said 48, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, this one's going to jump around because we're in a completely different situation than we were.
Nice!
All right. Welcome, stranger, says a wizard behind the work table. The gnomes, avidly watching his every move, turn towards you, disgruntled at the interruption in their lesson. I know that you are here on an important quest, the wizard continues. So, I will not interfere with you. However, be warned. Be very careful of that war box. He points at the huge chest with the many odd-shaped drawers. Opening any drawer in it might have unforeseen interdimensional effects. You're trying to figure out just what that means when an imp leaps at you out of nowhere. You automatically start to attack it when it flutters back, holds up a hand for you to stop, and says, "Wait, don't fight me."
Choice.
Don't fight me. I'll open any of those locked drawers for you. How come, you ask suspiciously? My throat's gonna die.
Yeah, gotta
The
be
imp
careful.
laughs uproariously and alone, and then says, "I can't tell you how much fun I've had watching people open the drawers. I might as well enjoy watching you, too."
Do you want me to take his voice in the future?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
If you want to open the drawers, check the diagram at the right. Actually, that means if you do a voice, that means we can get a tingle voice.
Oh, right.
I didn't think about that. Oh man, all right, okay.
I'm going
If
to
you
do
wanna
that,
open
the one
drawers-
you did for this imp, though, so...
Okay, yeah. If you want to open the drawers, check the diagram at the right. If you want to talk to the wizard, see what more you can learn from this place. Nah, I don't have to learn anything about the wizard. We're going to start opening. Oh my god, this looks complicated. Okay, so there's a
Why
bunch
would
of
you-
locks. There's
why would
A,
you
B,
go
C,
to-
D.
It's like, why would you go to my drawer of magical, interesting stuff? I don't understand why people keep trying to open drawers.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should pick a different name than Warbox. You know, more people are gonna want to open it. Ignore the Warbox. I'm sorry. What'd you say? Say again. The Warbox.
So J drawer clearly has an arm coming out of it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. J drawer it is. All right, J. Is that 94G? I think that's 94G. That
I
looks
think
like
you're
it
right.
lines up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 94G. We're just gonna start opening. We're gonna die. Okay, remember when I was like, man, we won already? Yeah, well. It was fun while it lasted. 94 G. Okay, since you entered the room, it's been impossible to keep your eyes off the elegant feminine arm emerging from one wooden drawer. The moment you touch either the drawer or the arm, you find yourself transported to 130.
I recall.
Did not-
This didn't happen that much with the night one, but I remember this happening a lot with the Fairy Mound thing. A lot of teleporting.
Yeah, Fairy Mountain, we got teleported everywhere. We couldn't
Oh
stay.
God.
Alright, well, I'm like, wow, cool arm.
Yoink.
It's just gone, yeah.
The
Your
wizard
blood
just
starts to turn cold.
Shakes his head sadly.
Oh, he's like, idiots. Your blood starts to run cold the moment you enter the dry, cold chamber. You get just a brief glimpse of mounted monsters and mummy cases before a very lively figure rises before you from inside an enormous blood-red urn. Her lips open what you think is going to be a grin of welcome. Instead, her sharp white fangs are revealed. The better to suck your blood, my dear. If you want to get out now, return at once by the way you came and go to the Gnome Flinger. If you think this chamber is worth the risk to investigate, turn to 50. Yes, I think it's worth the risk.
Check out
What's
this
the worst that happens?
This
I
picture is
die?
wild. It's like there's just all sorts of nasty stuff here.
Oh.
She's just living in that urn.
There's the lady in the urn. There's like a mummy in a sarcophagus. There's like a mind flare. There's
There's
Yeah.
like a Mind Flayer, and there's Slurms Mackenzie from Futurama on the left there. Like, I'm
pretty
sick
sure
of partying.
I'm pretty sure that's a rust beast on the left hand side.
Oh yeah, that is a rust beast. There's a weird snake lady with a human face. Very cool.
Do you think
Oh,
she
I definitely want to check this area out. This looks cool.
Do you think she when she sits down, when she sits inside of it, she has to curl her legs up a bit,
Yeah,
to her face?
She does this like.
I have this beautiful urn, and I look very menacing when I'm in it. But then when I sit down, it's like I gotta curl up like a
Curl up
tiny
like-
child.
Dinger. Yeah.
This is a lady in a jar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit, it
All
is. You're right.
56E. Don't kill me, 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 don't kill me. You move slowly through the many devices and mounted creatures scattered about the floor, keeping your eye on the vampire. Fortunately, she just stays where she is. though you can almost feel the evil in her stare sinking through your armor and into your heart. Unfortunately, you can't watch everything at once, and so you are not prepared for the mummy that creeps up on you on your right. You must conduct combat with the foul creature. Roll the die. If you win, turn to 31A. If you lose, turn to 96F. So we're not dead.
Too busy watching the vampire, and the mummy comes up behind you.
Typical. Classic. What is this? 56E? I have to look.
Oh, is there like a list of all the
There's like monsters? A mummy. Yeah, there's gonna be like a. Oh, this isn't page. What page is this?
Oh.
It doesn't say, does it?
I think it is page 56.
Yeah, it would be page 56. That's
no, because the only thing that's on page 56 are a draconian and a blue dragon. I guess I could just look for mummy, right? Which Medusa? Oh, generic mummy, 130. It's actually page 130 that it's on.
Oh, because you're working off of being in 130.
Right. Okay,
yes.
That makes sense. This
generic mummy.
room.
Yeah.
Combat works like I go first, and the monster goes second. Generic mummy does hits on a 4 or less and does 15 points of damage, and has 11 hit points. I hit on an 8 or less, and then I do 5 points the first turn, 7 points the next turn, 10 points every turn after that.
So 2 hits and you got him.
Yeah.
So he doesn't hit much, but man, he hits hard.
No. So I'll roll first. Need your last, baby.
That was a real slow reveal on that one.
Yeah,
wow.
That's a real slow reveal. All right, mummy goes. Okay, good. All right.
Okay.
I go. This is round 2, so I even do more damage.
Well, do you have to land one first?
No, it's just every round. Your
combat round.
suit is building up steam, right?
Oh.
The way they explain it is like as you're exerting yourself, the suit is like chugga 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 chugga.
I see.
Yeah?
One of the 68 gnomes is like stoking the furnace at the back of the fingers.
Oh yeah, we're fighting a mummy in a room, and 68 gnomes are behind us just watching. We're like, boy, I really hope he wins this because we're all fucking dead if he doesn't.
Watch out for the vampire.
All right, so we hit. We did 7 points of damage. The mummy is at 4. The mummy goes. Mummy misses.
Hell yeah.
I go. Come on, baby. Excellent. Mummy dies. Easy combat.
Good
All
stuff.
right.
Win every time.
If you win, turn to 31A. The 68 gnomes let it sneak up on us. Good point. No more questions.
Yeah.
I keep
They think
forgetting
it's
what
all part of
number
the
I
plan.
said. 38F?
A.
38A.
A?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, that's not it.
Yeah. Oh, no, wait. No, it's as you stand over the still figure of the mummy.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, so 31A is where
Oh,
we're supposed to be.
31A. I was at 38A. Never my bad.
31A. Sorry.
Okay, we're good. Okay. Okay. The luscious females.
Nice.
Females. The luscious female steps out of her urn, applauding silently. How do you applaud silent? She just doing. It's like
It's like this. It's just one hand clapping.
one hand clapping. Yeah, she's like. All right. Well done, young man, she says in sultry tones. I've been needing a new champion, someone to protect, and I can see that you are indeed well qualified for the job. You feel yourself being drawn willingly, oh so willing, toward her. Roll the die! Oh no, okay. Please, God. Please, don't let me die. I'm too young and beautiful and everything else.
She's
5. If you roll an A12, if you get a 1 to 7, turn to 92G it is. Alright, I hope I didn't die. Is this the end of our adventure? I hope not. 92G. Something within you resists the vampire's siren call. It recognizes that the woman is trying to enchant you, perhaps fatally. I have deduced that I am in danger. Like, man. But what will you do about her? Fight her or run from there as quickly as possible? We should take a break, first of all.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I will decide during the break, because I'm going to look up her stats and decide if she's worth fighting.
I just imagining you like running away in this suit of steam-powered power armor. So it's like
with 68 gnomes following
with
behind
68
me.
gnomes following.
You're like, oh, and they're all carrying stuff that I've been giving to them. They're like, oh. Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick 3-minute break to run some ads. Hopefully you all stick around. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Dice Friends. We're gonna fight a vampire.
Good.
Oh,
Great.
boy. I've decided, as the leader of the group, with no input from anyone else, that we are going to fight the vampire.
Is the fact that the vampire was in an urn, did that factor into your decision?
Not really, not particularly. Okay, I want to fight her. Turn to 94B. It wasn't enough that you had to fight the mummy. Now you must tackle the vampire, too. Conduct combat. If you win, turn to 121. If you lose, turn to 35D. All right. So, the vampire hits on a 6 or less and does 10 points of damage. Has 29 hit points. That's not that bad, right? I'm winning the numbers game. I win the numbers game. As long as I roll better, which is generally not how it works out. So I go first. I attack.
Jesus.
You want to roll low, right?
Yeah. I want to roll 8 or lower is what I want to, is what I hit on. Vampire goes. It's a 9, right?
Yeah, that's enough.
Oh, it is. Thank Christ. Oh.
All right, yeah. And the first rounds are good for us to miss because we're building up damage, right?
Oh yeah,
That's right.
We're
That's right.
schooling.
Yes.
Yeah. I go. Wham!
boom.
I hit.
Crit.
For
Critical, I
7
guess.
points of damage. Somebody remember that the vampire currently has 22 hit points.
Currently.
The vampire
Okay.
goes.
Ooh, also
That is also a hit. I take 10 points of damage. I'm at 30. I go. Sick. That's a hit. 10 points of damage.
So it's at 12. She's at
Yeah.
12.
I still need 2 more rounds to kill it, though. The vampire goes. Ah, that hits. Take 10 points of damage. Man, that sucks. I go. I got a hit. Please, God. Oh, okay, I missed. Oh, no. Vampire goes. That's a 9. That's a miss. Yes. Okay. I go.
9.
That didn't roll. That didn't even move. Like, that just skated.
I'm re-rolling. Beej said to re-roll. I re-roll. Yeah. All right, Beej. Beej is on my team. Beej is on
Damn
my
right.
team.
That takes her to
All right.
2.
Yeah, she's at 2. Vampire goes. Oh, it takes me to 10. My suit's gonna break. I have to hit this or I'm dead. Sick. Okay. We won. We have 10 hit points left.
Sweet.
On the suit. Also, I should point out, when the suit dies, we don't get it back. That's it.
We don't. Do we,
Holy shit.
And we don't actually have a way to repair it at the moment.
Not at the moment, no.
Need to bust open some pots and find some gears or hearts or some shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, we beat the vampire.
Yeah.
Win, turn to 121. 120.
I like if you lose.
She beckons you come
turn-
close.
Yeah, it says if you lose, turn to like a page, not just you're dead. Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. 121. I didn't look at the letter. Shoot.
What was the page that the?
I can't remember.
Oh no.
94E.
Oh, 94E?
I think so.
God. All right. This is... Why was my brain not working today?
Nope, I was wrong. Shit. But I thought it was on 94.
something. Oh my god.
Yeah, here it is. If you win, turn to 121.
Oh, just 121? I turned to 121. There's nothing there.
But yeah, 120. There's no
121.
All right,
Like,
so let's
all A, B,
figure
C,
it
D.
out.
Is
We're sure it's not like
Oh,
a 127 or something.
12I.
Oh, it's 12I? Oh, man.
Oh, this book.
Yeah, 12I. Okay, we got it.
Font.
Yeah, it's 12I. Oh, man. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good squishy. All right. You feel a momentary twinge of regret at the sight of a beautiful creature lying on the floor before you, but your mind knows that if you had not destroyed her, she would have surely have destroyed you.
You don't know that.
If I don't kill her, she'll just kill me. At least you are now free to explore the chamber unhindered. ... You hope. Turn to 130.
I like this baker's logic.
We know from the last campaign, vampires can be cool.
It's real baker's logic.
Just like, hey, I've spent a lot of time, in fucking kitchens
Maybe
punching dough. I know vampires want to kill me.
I do like the Twitch chat's like, playing the role of the American. Come right for me. That vampire just charged me. I was defending myself.
Can we see what was in her jar? Her pot?
Is that a euphemism?
Yeah, Paul.
No.
Say it, Paul.
Okay, good.
No, she's
Oh, yeah, the urn.
These are the things.
She's in an urn.
These are the things we can investigate. The mounted creatures, a semicircular device, glowing bottles, bubbling device, back of bottles, horseshoe-shaped device, mummy cases, round device at back, crystals on ceiling, dark end of chamber. I guarantee you, the mummy cases are no bueno.
You've already killed the mummy. There can only be one mummy, right?
Surely.
If I
Generic
open the
mummy
case, if I open the mummy case and something bad happens, it's on both your heads. So I'm going to do it.
Oh my god.
71D, baby.
How many generic mummies could there be?
I've never wanted something more bad to happen to my character than right now. 71D. I said I had a gut feeling, man. Please, God, let me be right.
Maybe that's his proper name, right?
71D.
Generic mummy.
71D. We're ticking down. 71D. There are 9 beautiful mummy cases spaced along the long wall of the chamber. If you want to inspect them, you need to do so one by one, starting with number 1. You may check out as many as you wish. When you're finished, turn to 130. Holy, we're rolling dice.
The Monty Hall problem. It isn't the Monty Hall problem.
I thought the Monty Hall problem. You pick the same one every time.
No, the Monty Hall problem is that if you have 3 and you pick one, and they show you what's behind one of the 2 that you don't, you always change because you have a higher probability of actually getting the prize.
Oh, okay.
That's not at all what this is.
The mummy hall problem. Shut up, Twitch chat. You're banned. All right, let's roll. Let's find out what we get. Oh, we have to start at number 1, right? Yeah, the book did say.
Oh yeah, one by one, starting with number 1.
Yeah. All right, if any of these are trapped, you're both fired. Okay.
This is a setup.
That's the way it works. 52B. All right.
If you have to do them, why does it give you the choice if you have to do them in the order?
Don't know, Paul.
Yeah.
52B. You open the mummy case and a powerful smashing spike springs out of the case, doing 3 points of damage to your armor. If you care to check another mummy case, turn to 71D.
7 points.
Spring-loaded
71D.
This is a press your luck scenario.
I want to see how many of these are trapped. Let's go 30F. All right. We have 7 hit points left on this suit, by the way.
Oh my god.
30F.
An even bigger spike.
They won't. Bigger boards and bigger nails until they destroy themselves. 30F. All right. You open the mummy case and a large charge of acid is flung towards you from a trap. It does 3 points of damage to your armor. If you care to check another mummy case, code 71D. All right.
4 remaining. All right.
71D. We have 4 points of armor left on our suit, by the way.
Well, you're only getting 3 points every time, so you can still tank one more, I think.
All right, 121D.
What I said was, what are the chances of there being more mummies?
Yeah, that's true. You open the mummy case and they instantly receive a horrendous electrical shock that does 3 points of damage to your armor. If you wish to open another mummy case, turn to 71D.
Sweet.
Oh,
They're building to something, aren't they?
Yeah,
You're getting a different thing each
armor.
time. One of these has got to be right?
Yeah, it's got to pay off.
But will it pay off
number
before your armor falls off?
145D. You open the mummy case and are smashed in the face by a powerful blast of steam, which does 3 points of damage to your armor. Our armor breaks. If you care to check another mummy case, turn to 71D.
All right.
Okay. Look,
I appreciate the creativity of the person. Like they weren't just like, let's put spikes in all of them. They're like, let's do a different element in every single mummy case.
Yeah. I need to remind, as the chat has pointed out, I'm going to remind the at-home watching audience who isn't in the chat. Adam has killed himself trying to open a door.
Yes, I have. Sure have. But that's different. This is different. I was bullied by my friends into checking out the mummy cases, so.
It's true.
93H! All right! This is fun. I'm playing this character like I stole a car. And
this
it's
is
not
some sort
mine.
of fucked up advent calendar is what's going on here.
Yeah, it really is. What did I say? 93 something? H? 93... Yep. Oh, man. You open the mummy case and are blasted by a magically released fireball. It does 5 points of damage to your armor, and you lose yourself 2 life points. Oh, we take 7 damage? Oh, boy. We might die here. But, hey, let's find out. So, we took 7 damage total, right?
Yeah, okay, so when your armor breaks, you have to take the armor damage if it mentions it.
Yeah. Well, the armor's... Yeah.
Okay.
The armor... You take the damage of the armor, yeah.
Okay. I understand.
If you have no power armor, you are a very ineffective fighter. You are trained to beat dough, not the heads of dragons. Yep. Unarmored. Right. You hit on a roll, blah, blah, blah.
Man,
blah, blah, blah.
The ninth sarcophagus is going to have something amazing in it.
Well, we might die. Because
it'll be empty. It'll be for us.
We're literally at 3 hit points. So if it does any damage, we die.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And for penny and for pound. Am I right, gamers?
Yeah, you're right.
71D.
I gotta know. I
have to know too. What are we at? 26F. There is no way that surely this time.
Yeah, surely this fixes your armor.
There's no... Yeah, it's like a powerful healing blast. You open the mummy case, and instantly you hear a great rumbling sound from over your head. Before you can move, the ceiling of the stone chamber comes crashing down on you, smashing your armor, which, in turn, crushes you to death. Your protection becomes your tomb. So they did a bunch of damage to me.
So there's no possible way to get through it?
Yeah, hold up!
Yeah, you can't. You have to do each one in order. So why is there more after that? Why? Hold up. Why is... I need to see what does it... Do they just call you a cheater afterwards? Like, hey, you didn't do them in order. Right?
The only thing I can think is that if you do something else in the room, it lets you go in reverse order. I don't know why it would.
Yeah, I need to know what the other 3 do.
Sure.
But we'll have to do that next time because our character died. Unlucky. Back to the beginning. Twitch chat will never know. Oh, man. God. I hooked you. All right. So we died. I can't do anything.
I love
Okay. So we need to pick a new cave.
I just love this idea of like, just the, like, all 68 gnomes are just watching this happen. Opens a thing hits him in the face. Opens the next one, thing hits him in the face. Over the
Not saying a word.
Hits him in the face. Over the next one, thing hits him in the face. Open the last one, he goes,
No. I'm not saying the next one because
nothing hit me in the face,
Twitch
and then smash.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I like the
very Looney Tunes.
Like, hey, and then bang, it like gets crushed. Oh man, I'm not safe scumming it because if we ever want to do this again, look, Twitch chat, I'm making the adult decision to prolong content, the hashtag content. And if we ever do this again, I don't want to just blow that. You know what I mean? Because when we come to this room again, we're like, oh yeah, the mummy things are going to kill us if we don't. So we need to do something else. So we live with our decisions.
We're going to go
We're going back to the launcher.
Back to the flinger.
We sure died by our decision. Like, let's be fair.
We sure did. Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's pick a different one.
The Bat Cave was, shall we say, mixed in results.
Well, you got that telescope. That was good.
Yeah,
we did.
There's definitely ways.
I will say we'll keep the telescope just because. All right. I'll give you that much.
All right.
Look, I like the idea of just not knowing. We don't need to know everything, right?
No, exactly.
We don't need to know everything. There's a fun to be had in the mystery of what's behind. Like, what's the game decide? Why design a game where you have to do everything in order and the seventh one kills you? Why have 3 after that? Why not make it the last one? We're never gonna know.
Yeah, this makes this kind of like a roguelike.
Yeah. There's a joy in this. Just experience it. Like, soak it in. It's fun. All right, we need to pick a different one. Which one sounds the most dangerous? The Nest? That sounds spooky.
I mean, there's one that's just called The Explosives.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's go there. Okay. So that is on the 3rd highest level. Mm-hmm. So we need to roll a 3 to 12 to get where we want.
Sounds good.
All right.
No problem.
All right. So we're going to the explosives on page 86. You're a joyless bee. I like the idea of keeping the mystery alive. Look, this is just, I don't know. I like that. The idea that we don't know what's behind the other sarcophaguses or how to solve that puzzle, you know?
There's definitely nothing stopping Twitch chat from going and finding a copy of this book for themselves and turning to the pages and figuring out what the hell's there.
There you go. Yep. It's Trebuchet Torghast. Yeah. Oh, man, that's good. Oh, that's very funny. All right. Whoosh, crash, run, 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 someone shouts, and a terrified gnome goes dashing past you out of the way. Lights flare, rockets crash, zip, zoom. You don't even know where you are before you find yourself in trouble. You have no choice. Do you run, run, run? Or not?
It's an A-bomb.
There's a box there that just says A-bomb.
A-bomb.
I think it's an A-bomb.
Oh, man. Run, 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 or not. I'm not a coward. I'm not running.
That's right.
Yeah, 136E, baby. I'm going to drive this car like I stole it. 136E. You edge into the room, automatically ducking every time you hear a whoosh or boom. Crouching in a corner, you glance out from under your armpit. Wait. How am I looking? How do you glance from under your armpit? I don't understand.
You have to be bent way over. Wow.
You're dabbing? Yeah, you're like... You're dabbing. Yeah, I guess you're dabbing. All right. Crouching in the corner, you glance out from under your armpit to see an imp swinging from a large machine in the center of the room. Each time the creature swings, a colorful rocket whooshes out, exploding into light, a booming noise, and a color near the ceiling. If you ever hope to investigate this room, you're going to have to deal with the imp. If you know you can fight it, turn to 121I. Or, if you've got something special to say, try to talk to it. On second thought, it seems to be so involved with its merrymaking that maybe you can just ignore it and look around. I'll try to say something. Maybe I'll get the thing where it's like, hey, your gate.
You're going to It's literally firing explosives everywhere randomly in the room, but you're just going to ignore it.
Yeah.
That's like, what was it in Fairymound when we were like, when the wizard was like shooting us with like fireworks and we're like looking at the bugs and I'm good. No, just ignore the bully. They won't. 97E. Man, I'm so glad that those tombs killed us. I knew it, man.
Yeah, as Shivam says, so we started down the road of these Catacombs books because someone actually sent us the fairy mound of whatever. which we later found out is actually like these books are not common. It's actually they're actually quite valuable on the secondhand market, and so thank you whoever sent that to us.
I have forgotten. I apologize.
Subsequent ones, we've been just doing it through the PDFs, but
That's hilarious. This book is $900. That's crazy. That's insane. All right. 97E, this is the same as you lean toward it, the imp starts to reach for your nose. It's the thing. Hey, your gate to your plane is open. You can leave now. So we need to roll. I hope we rolled the one that we didn't get last time, but we'll find out.
Jesus.
12. If you get 8 or higher, turn to 38. Did I roll 8 or higher last time?
I can't remember, actually.
I can't remember either. Man, our goldfish brains are like...
preoccupied with a lot of mummy cases.
Yeah. 38F. Oh, yeah. It's... Oh, a brief flash of hope crosses the imp's wizened face, but it quickly turns from hope to disappointment, to derision, to anger, to determination as it attacks you. turn to 121 high.
You have a really good, like, emotional, it's like your character's like, oh, I can see all these things on his face.
Yeah, we're very good at reading emotions.
Yeah.
Derision. I don't even, like, if somebody looked at me derisively, I wouldn't even be able to, they're like, that's derision. Like, I wouldn't know. I'd be like, oh, you okay? 121I.
Oh, there's a whole thing.
All right. No, whenever you're fighting an imp, use the generic imp at the top of the combat table. It will serve for all fights, unless the text states otherwise. You've decided to take on the imp in this area. The creature is small, but you have heard legends about its magical powers of destruction. You can also see a barbed tail covered in some sort of green goo. Your mind races over the battling choices, and you pick what you hope is the right fighting plan. A, oh, this is good. Oh, we get to pick how we want to fight. A, rush in swinging, trying to crush the imp with your power punch. B, stand back and start throw wine, whatever is handy, to try to knock the smaller creature out so you don't have to face what would be a poison tail. C, try shouting and waving your power armored arms to scare it out of the area. D, catch it or at least shoo away the imp with the help of the gnomes with and near you. To try to get the gnomes organized. Oh, that's never going to happen. There is no way, dude. They're like, trying to get them organized? They're like running around like cats, like, meow, meow. I'm like, no, fuck off. Like, you got something to do? Meow. Kind of want to just rush in swinging, to be honest.
That sounds like, yeah.
Shouting and waving your arms to scare them away in a room full of exploding fireworks seems like it might not be that effective.
I swear, man, it's like fighting an imp's like fighting a baby, really.
With a poisonous tail.
A baby with a poison tail, but a baby nonetheless.
If a baby shits on you, it's kind of the same effect. Like,
I bow to your superior knowledge in that area. I'm not familiar with baby fighting.
This nude child has smeared me.
Yeah. I wouldn't punch a baby. Yeah. Probably not. Man, do I really want to? I don't know. Let's try. Okay, you know what? I'll give the gnomes the benefit of the doubt. Let's try to organize the gnomes. 63G. Let's see what happens. Mainly because it's the most interesting choice. 63G. You decide to make your gnome army work for a change, damn, and try to get them organized into a force that can capture the imp. But from the beginning, things don't work out right. You hear things like, I think we should all talk about this for a while. What do you think? My life quest is fighting wars, not chasing imps around the cavern. I have just the machine for the job. Let me go get it. 90 minutes later, the imp is smiling at you snidely, and the gnomes are talking in something that they call interpersonal groups to try to get the job done. You don't have any choice. You look up at the imp and say, okay, you win this one.
So you concede. You concede the fight. No one gets hurt. The imp is pleased.
Oh my god! I love that so much. All right. You look up at the imp and say, okay, you win this one. And you are forced to search the area and ignore the imp. You can only hope that it doesn't use its legendary magical powers of illusion to hinder you. Note, If you leave this chamber and ever enter it again, you must battle the imp all over again because it will still be in the chamber.
Oh.
Okay.
So that was what the gorilla thing was. Was probably if you had gone to the gorilla thing before you fought the imp, you would have had to do a whole thing. But it was actually an illusion. So you fought the imp, and then the gorilla thing disappeared.
Oh, yeah.
Wild. Okay.
Yeah, we win, I guess. What page were we on? Does anybody remember? Was it 121I? I think so.
That was the...
You have to go back. It didn't tell us. I think it's 121I.
That was the page that had the, like, how do you want to fight the imp?
Yeah. I don't know how to get back to where we were.
But then the firework page.
Actually, we're just going back to the explosives. So if you roll back to the very beginning, find the explosives cave, and just go to the explosives cave.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're a genius, Beej. The explosives was 86. Okay. All right. Well, this one seems a little bit more. They don't really like loop as back as cleanly as the other books. You know what I mean? Like they're like.
Yeah, it should have been more clear to be like, you need to go. But I guess it's because you could be fighting the imps anywhere that it's like, we can't tell you where you're going to go back to because there's imps all over the place.
Yeah. Okay, so there's art. There's the art. We can look at we can talk to the old gnome in rocker. Big machine in center, small boxes at right, big rockets at right, small rockets at left, hole in floor, door at back. Well, old gnome in the rocker, it's your time to shine. 22J. All right. 22J. An old gnome has been rocking gently, studiously reading his newspaper throughout the crashing and booming. He looks up as you near. Fun, isn't it? When you just nod, trying to shield your noise-sensitive ears from his shouting, he adds, happens every hour or so. You get used to it. You doubt that you will, but you go ahead and ask the gnome what this place is all about. He answers, things that go boom! If that answer makes you want to get on your way as quickly as possible, turn 86. If you're willing to take more time to talk to this gnome, turn to 108C. Wow, I mean,
seems like a font of good information.
Yeah, 108C.
Be rude not to keep talking to him.
As you chat a bit more, you learn that he is an expert, now retired, in directing objects under force. It's oddly specific. Your ears perk up when you learn that he has some secrets about using the gnome flinger more accurately. From now on, whenever you use the gnome flinger, you get around in Mount Nevermind, you get a bonus 2 points because of the things he tells you. Okay.
Wow. All right. We're not doing
this
very
is an
well.
ongoing thing.
We're not doing very well in the like protect them from the
Finding
dragons
things
stuff.
Yeah.
But we're doing great in the make the gnome flinger better.
Yeah.
Which box is the A bomb, do you think?
I mean, it's that's a good point.
Do you think it's not small boxes at right?
Small
That's
boxes
the TNT and the dynamite.
Yeah.
Oh no, the small boxes are the two there.
There's just a pile of grenades on the floor. The fuck? What are you doing?
I would assume it would be big rockets on right.
I think it is.
Oh yeah,
too,
it'll be big rockets on right. Yeah. Okay, well let's check that out. Big rockets at right, 138E. Where else are you going to keep your grenades? Sorry, my bad. 138E.
Ooh.
Okay, there are several huge arrow-like things on one side of the chamber. Each has a heavy box attached to it by cords. Turn to the gnomish machinery figure-out chart on page 157. If you succeed in reaching D, turn to 18F. If you fail, if you fail, you die. All right.
D.
Our first gnomish figure-out thing chart.
D is the hardest to figure out.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the bottom of the thing. All right.
This is the game winner.
Okay, so we start rolling.
What happens? What are the if you get the like I or E or J or F or K or G, like the ones on the sides?
Yeah.
Does that do anything to you, or is that?
I think it's like keep going. It's like you have because it's like if you get 1 to 8 and you get to A right immediately, you can continue to pass down the dead center, but it gets harder and harder because the numbers get smaller. so giving you a branching path means that it doesn't establish you at an endpoint, but it does give you opportunities to keep moving down. But like, yeah, to roll 11 or 12, or to roll like 9 to 10, 8 to 10, 7 to 10, like, because it's getting easier. It's like, yeah, it's a very clever system actually, because it is.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah,
I think
it's just smart. Like it's like.
I think it's also
kind of loops.
I'm just looking at the instructions for the Gnomish for the figure out chart. I think because the E, F, G, H line are good things, and the I, J, K, L are bad things. And so I think it says here, if you when the chart takes you to E, G, F, or H, the machine you're trying to figure out has helped you, even though you haven't figured it out yet. When this happens, immediately go to the beneficial random effects table.
Oh, okay.
And then on the other hand, so if you get to the stuff on the left-hand side, you also get a bad effect, and stuff on the right-hand side, you also get a good effect.
So you're taking effects no matter what.
Is it every time I get to one of those, something bad happens? Or good?
I think so, yeah.
Well, that's bad. Oh, no.
Yeah, shit.
All right, okay.
Or you can just go down.
Well, here
or just go down the middle.
So we're at the start. We roll. Oh, where's the roll?
Oh right, I don't actually have it on this.
What did we get?
3.
We got a 3. Oh, that's good. We go to A.
Nice.
Okay. We just need to roll lower than 5 4 times in a row, and it's easy. We'll just wash our hands of take our nuclear weaponry. We'll have the codes, right?
Yep.
And we're like, we have the launch codes. Yeah.
Make some dragons and go home.
Some dragons. All right, we're going to A.
Make some yellow cake.
Roll again. Right. Oh yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go
3.
to B. That's a 3.
All right,
okay.
So you're at B now.
Yeah, we're at B. We don't want to roll. Yeah, we don't want to roll at an 11 or 12. Basically,
correct.
It's the only way that we shift over to the bad side.
Is that cocked?
I think that's cocked.
Yeah, I'll take cocked.
Oh!
Yeah, let's go, baby!
We're at
All
C.
right, we're at C. All right, 1 to 5.
1 to 5.
We need a 1 to 5.
Yeah,
or
no problems.
6 to 10 is just okay.
Yeah.
6 to 10 gives us another chance, or we start over.
Yeah.
We do not want to roll an 11 or 12. Please, God. I'm begging you, God, please. This is me, a boy, asking you, please. Just let me get away with this one. Everyone talks about all the things that I get away with. I really don't get away with that much, okay? I really don't.
If you do 11 or 12, you can still pull it back into the D, though, right?
Yeah, but he's got to take the L. Like, he's got to take an L, and then he has to...
I got to take an L, man. I got to learn how to hold the L.
Yeah.
I don't get away with so much. What are you talking about?
Oh, shit! You didn't know that Paul could, like, load the dice, eh?
All right. So you get the first malefic event.
Yeah.
Which is...
First one is... Your armor malfunctions and you fail to strike successfully in your next 2 combat turns. Awesome. All right. Okay, well, we are currently at the fear for your life stage. We need a 1 to 5 or 6 to 12. We start over. Sick. I can't believe I rolled a 12. There's no justice. This is very clear proof that bad things happen to good people. Right?
I agree. There we go. There's a good thing.
Okay, there's D. Give me the missiles, baby. All right. All right. Okay, so. Which. I can't even remember what. God, my brain is just like not working today.
It's okay. I don't remember where we were.
So
I can't even remember what page. It was like 138 what?
We went to...
I can never remember. Oh, here we go. I got it. Okay. If you succeed in reaching D, which we did, turn to 18F. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Sorry. I know that might be frustrating to watch 3 grown men not remember 2 seconds ago what happened, but it's just the world we live in. I don't know. Maybe Paul remembered and he was just trying to be nice, but I was lost. Okay. By the time you're finished fiddling with the big things, your hair has fallen out and you've got angry. We got radiation poison. Oh. By the time you finish fiddling with the big things, your hair has fallen out and you've got angry, nasty red patches on your skin. You finally realize that these things actually work to make hair fall out and cause angry, nasty red patches on the skin. Well, these are the symptoms. This must be what it does, right? But you don't see how they could be much use in battle. Turned 86? Are you fucking high?
Oh my god. That's what you get for tickling the dragon's tail.
That was the success one.
I gotta tell Alex.
How that won't do anything against dragons.
Oh my
They don't have hair.
god.
No, exactly.
So we're bald. We have a bad rash.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we don't have the launch codes anymore. Turn
and
86.
You're also, dying from radiation poisoning. But
That's
I'm
a
sure you'll
problem
die
for-
of something else first, so it's probably fine.
I'm sure something will come out of the ceiling and crush me. Fuck. I mean, that would just be a fucking release at this point, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The amount of crap.
Like you're basically dead now.
Yeah.
Your body hasn't caught up to the fact that you're dead yet, but you are.
No. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're okay. So I guess I deserve that. Everyone's going to be like, this is going to be the classic internet commenters going to show up and be like, well, it's an atom bomb. What did you expect would happen in real life? It's not fucking real life. It's a game.
Also, the gnomes built an atom bomb?
Yeah. Yeah. Unshielded radiation leaking from that atom bomb.
Why is nobody else affected?
Why didn't they talk to these guys when they were coming up with a way to fight the dragons? Like, shouldn't the guys working on all the explosives be the ones that you talk to?
Yeah, wouldn't they be like, maybe you should stay away from that? I'd be like, oh, okay. All right, well, I'm fucking out of here. I'm going down this hole in the floor. I'm fucking
give up on all the
piecing out.
rockets.
This place sucks, dude. If I die from this, then there's no hope for me. Okay, 130C. You see steps going down into the earth through the hole in the floor. You follow them down and soon find yourself in 60.
Right, or somewhere else now.
Nice.
60. I just scrolled by a picture of like a bear like fucking growling and I'm like, I want to find that. Some of these things that I scroll by quickly because I don't want to spoil myself is just some of the pictures are just so good.
That's fair.
This is like the thing about I've talked about this before at length, but my favorite part of these books is the art because they're all just that shitty old fantasy, like old D&D art. Love it.
Well,
I would just, oh my god.
And I mean, these books more than the fighting fantasy books, like they're basically designed in a large format for and they also have that really neat thing of the like all the things in the picture are things that you can look at. Like that's actually pretty neat. Like that's a cool move.
Yeah.
I can't believe our fucking hair fell out, man.
It fell out while you were in the it took you so long to figure out this thing that your hair fell out while you were in the process of looking at it.
Oh my god, this book rules. Oh man, this is like all the things that we are so not used to them doing to us in modern game design that they just they were cowboys back there, man. They were doing whatever they wanted. They're like, I don't know, make their hair fall out. Be like, what's the point? There is no point. They shouldn't have been messing around with like atomic weaponry. Like, I'm sorry, but oh man, it's so good. All right, you enter a huge chamber of noise and shouting and commotion and anger, but yet see in the middle of it all an imp lying. I'm assuming that's sound asleep. As imp lying sound asleep with its arm wrapped around a bottle, which you presume once contained spirits of some of the at least. Contains spirits of some of the, at least you don't have to decide at once what to do about the imp that will make a pleasant change. Mm-hmm. Am I?
No, it's fine. There's some words gone.
Am I
Missing
okay?
a couple words
Is
there.
everything all right? Okay. Whew. Man.
The authors had a bit of the spirits of some of the...
Yeah. You study the room while thinking about the imp. The gnomes are all busy working with machinery that seems to involve sending signals to each other. The imp gives a sudden turn, and you realize that you can wake it up if you have something to tell it. 39J, you may capture it, or you can just ignore it, in which case... Oh, I'm definitely trying to capture the imp. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's a new one.
Baby. 140G.
I hope this isn't the same one where the guys are like, let's have a talk about this. Oh, Jesus. Good start.
You grasp...
Keep reading.
Don't stop reading, god damn it.
You grasp the well-oiled imp in both hands
That's euphemism.
and pick it up, bottle and all. That's when you see that the bottle contains a super lubricant. You give some of each to the joints in your steam-powered armor, adding 5 points to it. When the imp, aroused by your pulling the bottle from its arms, wakes enough to focus on you. It gives a gasp of alarm and lurches off as quickly as it can go, and you never see it again. Turn to 6. Let us never speak of this awkward situation ever again.
So what does it take our... Is it actually... our armor is still like in good shape. It was in number 1 shape,
Yeah,
right?
it gave you plus 5 armor.
It can go above. You can go above. Right?
Sweet.
So I'm at 45 instead of 40.
45. Time to go open some mummy cases.
Yeah! All right, let's go back. Gets crushed again. Who could have imagined that this would be the result? Yeah.
It turns out that all you need to get 5 points of health was to lube up a bit.
Yeah, that was way hornier than anything in Fairy Mound, right?
It sure was.
It was like Fairy Mound was like vaguely erotic. That was just like you picked up a giant oiled dick and you fucking rubbed it all over your body. You're now more armored. It's like,
Like, I know what to do with this.
I don't know. I think that's just where your mind's at right now. You know.
Remember,
that was
68 gnomes watched us while we did this.
Taking notes.
It's a very specific kink, yeah.
Yes, excellent.
67 gnomes watched you while you did that.
All right. Okay, so enter the huge chamber, blah, blah, blah. We ignore it. We can start exploring the room. So there are can and flags, machine behind can, big device in middle, darkness at back, telephone, giant keyboard. If the movie Big has taught me anything, the giant keyboard is the easiest, and I will choose the giant keyboard. Oh, it's not a...
Not that kind of keyboard.
Damn, well, too late now. We've already chosen giant keyboard.
I know.
38i, baby! Not that kind.
We know what a telephone is, but we don't know what a telescope is. We don't have words for telescope.
Nope, sure don't. 38i.
Sorry, Paul.
Okay. A gnome to your left works very intently, pressing square things on a large black machine. You watch the extendable arm with the mirror on it go up and down for a few minutes, and then, when he pauses for a moment to write something in a book, you ask what he's doing. This gnome also watched us jerk off a oiled imp. So, hey man, I'm just thinking about everybody. We walked into this room, we found this imp sleeping on the ground, we picked it up, we stroked it, and then we rubbed the leftovers on our body as it flew away in shame, and no one else said anything. Nobody else was like... Nobody else was like, wait a second, that's fucking weird.
Everyone all just suddenly had other things to look at. Like,
oh man.
I better focus working on the stuff here.
Yeah. Don't talk to that asshole, whatever you do. Just keep working. Keep your head down. Keep your head down!
Glancing up from his notes, he tells you that he's experimenting with light and sound of different frequencies. At first, he sounds kind of impatient, but suddenly he gets a satisfied look on his face and asks, "Say, I need an assistant to help me. Will you be my assistant?" If you agree to help for a few minutes, turn to 86F. If you think you'd be better get on your own with your own work, turn them down and go back to 60. Nah, I've never turned down anybody who has asked for help.
No.
86F, baby.
You're a
Except for that
helper.
one, there was the very first Fighting Fantasy book where someone was like, help me, and I just walked away from them. I'm like, but that ended up being somebody that bit you. They were a vampire.
Oh.
So it
No, he
worked
was
out.
just a crazy guy. He wasn't a vampire. He was just
Oh,
like
yeah.
a
Well,
crazy
he was
guy
kind
who
of a
bites you.
vampire.
Wait, has that happened to you before, that you got bit by someone in real life and then you went to the cops and they were like, it's just a vampire?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
happened to me. Yeah,
Okay,
I
good.
got bit, and they're like, oh, that vampire's back out again? Yeah. All right. When you agree to help him for a little while, the gnome sends you up a slope to the far end of the chamber where you find another device similar to the one he was working on. You can just barely hear him shout, "Now, when I signal, you press the..." But you're not sure which "the" you're supposed to press. Suddenly, you see his arm wave, and you quickly press the nearest button. Fuck. Oh, man.
You're the worst assistant.
I
Wow.
am fucking terrible at this. All right, roll the dice.
Oh.
That's a 1. Roll a die. Get a 1 to 4. Turn to 116K. That's usually the smaller range is better, right?
Right,
It's harder
exactly.
to get. Unless this is the thing where like we don't want to punch them too hard. We'll make
No.
it really easy to pass. 116K. Rye is an idiot. Also, our character's name is Rye. Our parents named us Rye.
Yep.
I'm
Knew
just
we
throwing it out there.
want us
Our
to do that
parents
for
who
a
were
living.
supposed to love us with everything, with every being in their body, have named us Rye.
Oh, your mom really liked cereal grains. Oh,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. What do we love? Well, I love Rye. Okay, Rye it
Glad he
is.
didn't call me like quinoa or spelt.
Oh my God. Which was it?
116K.
116 what? K?
116K.
Okay. A sudden barrage of light and sound from the far end of the chamber hits you full force, doing 5 points of damage to your armor and taking away 1 life point from your body. That's enough of being an assistant. You turn you turn to the back of the chamber where you see a dark tunnel where you like and just walked away covered in lube. Still covered in lube, by the way.
Yeah, hair still falling out, angry red patches all over your skin, slick as a dam, and you're like, fuck, I've been
Forgot
dazed.
We're bald. Yeah, we're bald, big red patches all over our face. In our robot suit, glistening with oil.
Maybe the reason
Shiny.
why you took 5 damage there is they just blew all the oil off.
Ah!
All right, well, we've decided that the assistant life is not for us. 114E.
I think it's not just go
man.
back to the room and choose
No.
another thing. It's you're leaving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're done. You've had enough. 114E. Passing through the doorway, you find in the darkness a tunnel that quickly takes you up a winding slope to 72.
All right.
I like that you seem to be like coming across these gnomes while they are in the process of making like big huge like everybody in this entire place is like right on the verge of a huge discovery that they are making as you walk in the room.
That's actually really funny. I invented telescopes and everything else. Yeah, oh, nice of you to show up. And we just showed up and fucked it all. We're just like, we're breaking stuff. We're kidnapping people. We're we're killing vampires. Like,
why do we hire this
All
guy
right.
to help us with our vampire
oh
dragon
man.
thing?
The moment you step into the new chamber, you almost turn around and run. But, trembling, your heart in your throat, you advance into the midst of a collection of skeletal figures. Chief among them is a huge skeleton dragon perched on a mound of treasure. Sure is busy in here, he drawls. Just had the teensiest tidbit of an imp. Not much more than a hors d'oeuvre. Then along comes the main meal. It's even packed in a can. You surreptitiously power up your armor, replying, "I'm nobody's meal. I'm here trying to help the gnomes." Why did it space everything out like that? The gnomes, boys. Yeah. Speaking of gnomes, says the dragon skeleton, answer me a riddle or fight me. Why should I do either, you ask? Hoping you'll have the dragon stumped, but the long white skull replies simply, if not, you'll die. Figuring that's a good enough reason, you choose to try to answer the riddle or fight.
Why wouldn't you just try to answer the riddle? Because you can still fight.
Yeah, I'm not fighting the dragon. I tell you, I'm smarter than a dragon, right?
Hell yeah. Rye, clearly smart.
Yes.
It's a skeleton
Who's
dragon.
smarter, Rye or Adam?
It's a skeleton dragon. He's got no brain.
Yeah, but he's too smart to die.
Why is the dragon Matthew McConaughey? Because I'm doing the best with the voices that I can do, okay? And it said he drawled, so I gave him a drawl, Twitch chat. I'm trying to build a rich narrative, and you're questioning my every voice. I could just do every voice. No, I could be like, oh boy.
It's like, do you know what skeleton dragons sound like? No.
Yeah. It's like
He doesn't even have vocal cords anymore, right?
Yeah, 144K. Actually, before we do that, break time?
Yeah, let's do that.
We gotta run some ads.
All right.
As is our due diligence. This book's been fucking great, by the way.
I love this.
Oh man, I love every bit of this. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
We
Everybody
so
get
far
up.
haven't done anything to actually get. We've blundered
we
into
haven't
a
found a
few
single
areas, got ourselves radioactively killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna die in 48 hours.
All right. Cool.
All right.
All right.
Well, we'll be back in 3 minutes.
All right.
Hello, and welcome back to DiceFriends. I'm joined by Beej and Paul, and we are currently playing through Gnomes 100 Dragon 0. Our character has radiation poisoning, with no really ill effects on like actual gameplay, but I mean, they took all our hair away. So
You know, Dragonlance. Radiation poisoning.
Is this set in the Dragonlance universe?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It's a great
really?
big,
Oh,
there's
that's...
a great big Dragonlance logo.
Dragonlance. Solo.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, we do have that debuff in combat, but that was from something else, wasn't it?
That was from figuring out the missile.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right, from getting the radiation from in the process of figuring out how to do it all. It's like, yeah, our next two combats we whiff on.
Yeah.
So we've come across a giant skeleton dragon, and the dragon has asked us to answer a riddle. So that's where we're currently at. I'll take the riddle, you say with intrepidation. Great. Knew you were a good fella, says the dragon enthusiastically. Now, listen up. How many gnomes... Okay. This game is so stupid. Okay. Now listen up. How many gnomes does it take to screw in a candle? Yoinks! You think to yourself. Oh, but then you realize that all you have to do is give them a number.
Oh yeah, bright one right here. Thinking it through.
Oh,
Wait.
man!
It must be a number.
Yeah.
It's not an essay
You want to
question.
answer. Okay, so 1, 100, or 11,000. It's got to be 100, right?
Oh, Gnomes 100 Dragon 0. Yes, that's how you'll win.
It's got to be 100, right? We can't say 68. I'm like, 68? It's like, can you? Hey, all you idiots. And they all look up. How many of you does it take to screw in a candle? We don't have to screw in a candle, idiot.
Chat says
There's hardly an...
Chat says 100 is a trick.
Oh.
I think 100's a trick? Ooh, that's actually a good point. All right, so what have we learned? We've learned that they're going to kill us for no reason. 100 is probably a trick.
Okay.
You don't screw in a candle. We can't say nothing
not.
because we have to fight the dragon.
Maybe
It
it's
takes
a reverse
more than
trick.
one gnome to screw. So you can't have one gnome because it wouldn't be screwing anything. It would just be using super lubricant on itself. So 11,000 to screw in a candle. But pretty
Maybe it's
big
one 'cause
candle.
they do love committees. This is true. That's a good point. You bet all outcomes are the same? I don't think so. I missed what you said, Beej.
They all go to different places.
Yeah.
It's fine. The chat enjoyed my ribald humor.
I'm going to open every mummy case not for no reason. I did it because I said it was trapped, and Beej and Paul were like, it can't possibly all be trapped, right? And
No.
prove a point. I had to teach Beej and Paul a lesson.
I said, what are the chances of there being more mummies? And there were no more mummies in those mummy cases.
And I might have made a noise, but I don't remember making any noise at all.
Yeah, well, a noise is basically an admission, right? You're just like an agreement. It's like, I think everything's trapped. I mean, Paul is technically correct, which we know is the best kind of correct. I want to say 100 because it's just the most obvious answer.
Oh, I like this,
But
though. While
because
he's
it's the
waiting
most
for an
obvious
answer,
answer.
you stab him instead. He'll never see it coming.
Oh, yeah, that'll end well.
I like the dragon gives you the riddle, and you're like, the answer is a number. And the dragon's like, I may have overestimated how. Let me come up with a different riddle.
Okay, I'm gonna say one. I'll say
Are
one.
kittens
My gut
pretty?
says one. 104A.
104A.
A.
All right.
Please
One
don't kill me.
one
Please
gnome
don't.
screws in a candle.
Please don't. 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 Please. When you answer one, the dragon just laughs and says, "That's the answer that logical people give." Oh, fuck, man. Holy shit. All right. And before you realize what he's doing, he's made a magic gesture and turned you to stone. You'll be part of his treasure mound for... Okay, we're running that one back because that's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, 144K. That's really funny. We was like, what's the most logical answer? Well, one, because gnomes would just argue, and then the dragon's just like, logic doesn't work here. Go back to your country. And they're just like, this is America.
I like the dragon's like, you're right. That is a good answer. Stone.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 100 just because 51H. All right. If I was right the first time and Twitch chat convinced me, because they did, I'm gonna stick to that 51H. All right. 51H, baby. Oh, no, that kills us too. When you answer 100, the dragon laughs and says, "That's the answer that all these warriors here gave. Now, have their fight." And before you realize what he's doing, you find yourself drained of all life and turned into an undead skeletal warrior. Like the other warriors, you'll be at the Okay, well, let's see
Dragon's
if
beck
it's
and call
11,000.
forever. Wow.
Is
If
this
these all
just
three
the
kill
trap?
us, yeah, do all three kill us?
This will be great.
129.
Yeah,
Or 128.
128C. Okay.
It's like, he gives you radiation poisoning.
Joke's on you. I've already gone. What if we gave him radiation poisoning? 128C? Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you ponder and ponder, but can reach no logical conclusion. So you pluck out of the air the stupidest answer you can give. 11,000! The skeleton dragon rears back on its bony haunches and paws at the air. His mouth opens wide in memory of a blast of flame. "You're the first person ever to give the proper answer," he screams. "Oh, woe is me. Now my honor demands that I let you stay here and do as you will." Vaguely erotic. "Be warned, though, human. If you take more than one item from my chamber, you will die in a very painful fashion." Relieved at not having to run from this place, you begin to explore. Turn to 72.
Good stuff.
All right, we solved the dragon's puzzle on our first try. Very good, everybody. Good work, everybody. Excellent work. Excellent work, everyone.
The stupid answer always wins.
Yeah, you're like sitting there like, logic. Wait a second, I'm an idiot. 11,000! He's like, The dragon's just shocked, like, oh no. All right, so free to explore the place. There's a row of warriors, lone warrior with axe, floating skulls, floating books on treasure mound, draconian figure, rest of treasure mound, archway at left, archway at right. We can take one treasure, right?
I love the idea that he's like, fine, you got my riddle. You can look around and take stuff. And you're like, great. And then just walk over to his treasure mound and start like filling your bag.
It's just like
The mound is one thing, dude.
your 68 gnomes just all come in and tear this place apart like a bunch of termites.
The mound all counts as one thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you pick up a nacho and they're all you get one piece and you're like, oh, it counts as one nacho, right?
God, take him, take the bone dragon and make him fight his forebears. Or
that'd be sick, actually.
Yeah, not forebears.
All right,
Aft bears.
Floating skulls, floating books on treasure mound. I think floating skulls. Let's do 30D. I like floating skulls.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Aft bears.
30.
Yeah.
30D. On one side of the room is a collection of various kinds of skulls, and they are all floating in midair. The moment you come near, they start talking to you in such a mishmash of conflicting words that you don't understand any of it. You tell them that you'll talk to them one at a time. If you want to talk to the dragon head, turn to 36. The huge humanoid head, turn to 90. The upper human head, 19. The lower human head, 43G. Wow. All right.
Choices.
I pick huge humanoid, 90G. No.
Attack on Titan shit.
Obviously has the biggest brain.
Yes. Yeah. You. Why doesn't the larger head just simply consume the smaller heads? The humanoid skull looks incredibly large next to the small human skulls. When it sees you looking at it, it snarls a bit and says, "Thank you, kind sir. Kind sir, for noticing me. All I ask is that you get me away from these three nincompoops. A storm giant of my caliber should not have to spend eternity like this. But what do you want me to do, you ask? Just move me somewhere else. If you do, I'll come to life and serve you all your days." If that's a deal you can't pass up, turn to 55. If you want to forget it, turn to 30D. Talk to another head. Okay. Yeah, I like... Yeah, that was an Aussie accent that I was trying to do, by the way. Turn to 55K. This was the best Aussie hack. That was the best take out of 54. 55K. This definitely kills you? All right. You can't see how it would hurt, but it sounds as if it might be helpful to move the storm giant's skull. You do so, and the giant does indeed come to life. He looms before you, and his voice booms as he says, "I said I would serve you all your days. Now your days are numbered." And he attacks. You must conduct combat. If you win, turn to... Fuck, man.
That doesn't make any... He's supposed to serve you. He can't just be like, if you're only going to live for 3 more days. I mean, because you have radiation poisoning. But clearly, he said he would serve you. That's reneging on a contract.
Like, he thought he was doing, like, the genie thing, but he's really just being a dick.
So he's an
Two
idiot.
things to remember. Our first combat, our first 2 rounds, we miss. So we don't do any attacks.
So he just gets, like,
on the
2
bright
free
side,
hits on you.
We just skip to the part where we do 10 damage a round anyway.
Right?
So,
okay, that's fair.
I'll roll twice for the giant. The giant hits on a 9 or lower and does only 5 points of damage. The giant has 15 hit points.
9 or lower.
So, yeah.
Oh. That's a 12.
Okay. Come on, baby.
Hit.
Okay, so it hits me once. I'm at 40. I was at 40, so now I'm at 35 armor. Okay, so now I go. I attack.
We can get there. Oh.
Nope.
No, that
I miss. The giant
Well, you're going to miss anyway, right?
hits me. I'm at 30.
So this one can hit.
No,
It could, but it didn't.
It could. Well, no, I just did 2 attacks for the giant in a row at the beginning.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then now I'm back to regular combat.
You're just going to whiff no matter what. I see.
Sick. I'm at 25. I go. All right, we hit. Giant's at 5. Giant goes. Giant misses. I go.
You got this. Oh.
You don't got this.
I miss. Statistically unlikely. Is that a 9?
Nine,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
a
No,
9.
it hits on 9 or lower.
Oh.
Does it? Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
8. Sorry. Damn.
I'm at 20. Sick.
Jeez.
I attack. 8 or lower, please. Okay.
Right, you got
The frost giant or the storm giant dies.
Hooray!
Excellent. Both thrilling combat. 154A. We could honestly just skip it, but I feel like bad skipping it, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think we should do it. Even though if we die, it just sucks, right? 154A. The winds whirl and the rains why is it raining? I guess he is
It's
a
storm giant.
Yeah. And the rains pound, but somehow your powered armor manages to strike heavily at the storm giant himself, finally smashing him into no more than a slight breeze with a drizzle of sorts. And then he dies in a puddle on the floor. You notice that the other skulls have been looking on with interest, and you decide that you've done enough here. Return. Let that be a lesson to the rest of you skulls. And they're all just like standing there like, what the fuck? Like,
Yo, can we come back to life? Like,
yeah. 72. All right.
Dragon's
Oh, I didn't see
like-
the art for this.
Dragon's like, dude, what are you doing to my skulls over there?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Let's see Lone Warrior with Axe. This won't end well, right? 70B.
no.
All
Looks
right.
like
As you study the Lone Warrior bearing a battle axe, you realize, with relief, that it is not an undead warrior, but a statue of one. On its base are 2 little buttons. Oh, no. There are 2 little buttons, one red and one green. You can choose to push one, or you can leave the whole thing alone and return to 72. How can we not push a button? It's either red or green. What does the committee say? Beej?
green, because I've been turning green subtly the entire show.
Yes. Paul?
Green it is.
Well, it doesn't matter what I vote. My vote's my vote's useless. Okay, green.
What would you have picked?
Red.
Ah.
35B. All right. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't. You find a small wooden rack holding several peculiar gnome. Wait, 35. That's the wrong one. Sorry. Right. Before your very eyes, the skeleton warrior statue comes to life. Flesh returning to its bones and gratitude towards you flashing in its eyes. Vaguely erotic. It seems that his name is Leif Erikson. He's a famous Viking explorer who somehow got caught in a magical time warp.
Why?
Of course. Leif Erikson, you're here. Oh man, magical time warp. What was the book that we ended up in Peter Pan?
That was Fairymound.
That was Fairymound, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. And fuck, I'm gonna try to do my best. And you have rescued me.
Yeah.
Thumping you casually on the back. Let me come and fight for you. If you want to take him with you on the adventure, he has 5 hit points. He hasn't returned to life quite as substantially as he started, and does 5 points of damage, hitting on a 5 or less. Oh, sick. I got a companion.
Holy shit.
All right. Okay, easy. Good pick, everybody. Good work.
Does that count as one thing then? Is that the one thing you take with you is Leif Erikson, discoverer of Newfoundland?
Well, I mean, like, people aren't treasure, right? I would argue that people aren't things, and you can't take people, right? Leif has to come with me of his own volition. He offered, right?
Yeah.
A magic sword wouldn't be like, well, can I come with you? No, the magic sword would just sit there while I take it. Right?
Yeah, that's fair.
See?
Yeah.
Crack the code, man. I'm gonna let this dragon fucking... I wonder if it's like, if this is the second thing you're taking, turn to...
Yeah, turn to the death page.
Yeah. All right. Oh, logic. Now the dragon fights me. Oh, yeah, right. You can't use logic. Oh, no. Okay. Do I keep looking around here? I kind of want to.
So now you have a persona, right? That's what's going on here?
Yeah.
The persona is Leif Erikson?
It's my stand.
Yes, that's good. I like that even
Leif
better.
Erikson is my stand. Yeah.
Because that's something I understand.
I am a Leif Erikson. I'm here to fight. That is the worst Swedish accent. Man, don't quit your day job, Adam.
68 gnomes and 1 Leif Erikson.
We reached 69. That's all right.
I like to. The gnomes
wanna-
are supposed to like carry all the stuff that you get, right? So maybe they're just like carrying Leif Erikson along. It's
Just kind of like
I don't know what's
kind of-
happening.
sitting cross-legged. They're carrying him on a shield. He's like, yes, it's a good time.
I guess technically this is my day job, Twitch chat, so you got me there. All right, let's check out the floating books. I like this room a lot. 54. Fuck, man. I keep scrolling by. Can you scroll up a little bit, Paul? Because I don't know if we're going to run into this room or not. Just keep going. I want to know what the fuck's going on that left-hand side with that fucking bear.
It's the smartest bear.
It's like
There's 2 bears.
That bear,
2 bears.
the bear on the left is like, no, other bear, don't do that.
It's like, I have to scratch this itch on my back.
54. Okay, 54H. Near and above the mound of treasure are 3 books, all floating in the air. You don't understand how that can be, although somehow it seems appropriate for a dragon's treasure hoard. But the thought sends shivers of doubt up your back. If you think you're better off not handling the books, turn to 72. Oh, no. However, if your curiosity is too strong and you'd like to turn a few pages, that is the biggest... They're like, are you sure you want to look at the book? Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
There's the floating.
all right.
There's like floating skulls. There's a skeleton guy that turned into that became living again. And the floating books are the things that are giving you chills down your spine for being so weird.
101E. All right. 101E. Somewhat timidly, you reach out to pluck one of the floating books from the air. Opening it, you discover that it contains the ancient magical cooking secrets of the Aztecs.
Fuck! Why?
You could have gave me 100 guesses. I never would have picked that one, man.
Wait, do the Aztecs exist in the Dragonlance universe?
They do now.
You'd have to know.
Right? Leif Erikson is in Dragonlance. All right, the second one turns out to be a classic that you've only heard of, never seen, Betty Mermaid's Cookbook. And the third details some important yeast processes of Colombian natives. You're overjoyed because with these 3 books to help you, you'll become the most famous baker on Kryn. But first you have to survive. That literally does nothing. I fucking love this book so fucking much. I want books that do stuff like this. Nothing bad happens, nothing good happens. It's just a little bit of character building, and it's very dumb, and we all move on with our lives.
So
3 books.
So what magical things did you get in order to help us against the dragons? We got Leif Erikson.
Yeast processing. Yeah.
And I got a bunch
Hey,
of
it's
cookbooks.
me. We got that guy over there. Hey, it's me, Leif Erikson. I got 3 cookbooks and I got radiation poisoning, and they're like, "What the fuck, man?"
So Leif, do you have any experience with dragons?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. He's like, no. Fuck, man. This one's been a goddamn. This one's been so good. Okay, we're going back to. I'm finished. I'm exploring this whole room. This room has been gold. All right, so there's the row of warriors. We did the floating skulls. We did the books. There's the draconian figure, or the row of warriors. I'm gonna pick the draconian figure at 149.
All right.
And there's the rest of the treasure mound too.
Yeah, that's true.
Draconian
149.
warrior.
See, yeah. You pick up the small draconian statue and discover under it a metal platform resting on a base that has 1 blue button on it. As you study it, you realize that whatever it is, it's steam powered. If you want to press the button, turn to 63L. Well, why would I? At what point? Come on, game 63L. They should just be, or 63I. Sorry. 63.
Clearly, then the gnomes made this. Okay, that's good.
That's
good.
Yeah, that can
Yeah.
never turn out wrong.
The gnomes are on your side. They haven't done anything bad to you so far.
At least our character's not an idiot, okay? Standing as far away as you can and still reach the button, you push it and leap back. So we've taken all the... We're just like...
Yeah.
We're just doing that. All right. The only other better outcome would have been you ask a gnome to do it for you. Like, hey, Okay, mumbo, jumbo. Press this button. They're like, okay. Push it, leap back. Nothing dangerous happens. In fact, you think that nothing at all has happened until you realize that the small draconian statue on the platform is now even smaller. Actually, half the size it was before. Immediately, your imagination makes a great leap, and you picture mighty, fierce dragons being reduced half their size. You could actually fight them. Happily, you give the device to a gnomish assistant. When you use it in battle, it will reduce the power of one kind of dragon, your choice, to half. Wow, that's actually fucking amazing.
That's great.
We have a weapon!
One weapon.
Be like, when you're investigating the statue, your hair falls out and red patches appear on your skin. 72. All right.
When you think about it, technically a nuclear power plant is generating steam a lot, so it is kind of a steampunk situation. Yeah.
All right, let's see rest of treasure mound, 79L. This dragon can't know if we've taken everything, right?
That's right.
He's not
if the
just
dragon
sitting
skeleton
right
is
there.
still perched on the treasure mound, turn to 76D. If you manage to break him up, turn to 100K. No, 76D, still on it.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
Drain to ignore the What? Drain to ignore the shadow of the undead start to scrape through the creature's fucking man.
Aha!
Okay.
I bet you that was a whole word.
Shadow of the undead start to scrape through the creature's treasure mound, but the dragon doesn't take kindly to your rummaging and gives one quick flick of its wing bones. You find yourself sprawled on the floor in front of the skeletal warriors. You take 5 points of damage to your armor. Return to 72. Well, we're at 15.
That's fair.
Okay, that's fair. All right, you got us. Anything else? Row of warriors, I guess. 23H.
Sure.
Might as well explore everything, right? I'm wringing every second of content I can out of this book. 23H. Reluctantly, you walk toward the line of seated skeletal warriors. They don't react as you inspect them, and soon you realize that there's a small round badge in the center of each one's chest that says, "Press me." Fuck, man. Oh, man. Why would they fucking do this? Oh, man. If you want to press the badge on one or more, choose exactly how many you'll press. There are 10 warriors, and turn to 142. If you have no desire to even get near the awesome figures, you go on something else. There is no fucking way that this ends well.
It calls them awesome.
They're pretty awesome. I mean...
Okay, so we have to choose the number that you're going to push before we go to the...
Do we have... Are we just going to...
Your options are 10.
We push all 10. All right, 142F.
Yes.
All right.
Please, God. We push all 10.
As fast as we can.
Yeah. As many warriors as you chose stand up when you press their badges. Then they turn on you and attack. You must fight them all. Each warrior has 6 life points, does 2 points of damage, hitting on a 7 or less. You must fight each warrior one by one until you've eliminated them all. For the sake of speed, because there's only 20 minutes left, I'm going to say we win this fight. I am using the narrator's powers to say, and then Adam won. Okay? That's it.
All right.
Beat 10 to death. To extra death.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Hand to God. Yep. If you win, turn to 36H. Wow, I won. Yeah, Leif Erikson beat them all. There we go. Excellent. It's me, Leif Erikson. 36H. The fates are with you. The warriors are vicious, non-living killers, but you manage not to press the badges, activating more warriors than you could handle.
Yeah, we definitely did that.
As you shuffle through the bones about you, you look around to see what else is in the chamber. It might be worth your while to... You got literally nothing for fighting them. They were just like, yeah, fuck you, you're a very powerful warrior. Good job. 72.
Good.
Okay, let's get out of this room.
Good book. Good book.
Good book.
You just fucked up the Skull Dragon's warriors. You're like, those warriors over there, you gonna make me one of those? Watch this shit. You just tore through them like they were
I just
tissue
look
paper.
at the dragon, I'm like...
Yeah. And the dragon's like, you can only take one thing away. And you're like, okay, that's fine. I'll just wreck all your shit. But like, leave it here.
Like hitting all the... It's like hitting all the numbers on the elevator when you leave. I'm like, okay, see you later, dragon.
Hey, dragon, look over here, bitch.
Yeah. So, all right. Archway left or archway right? It's always go left, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
46I. We're gonna have to skip to the end of the thing pretty soon here, but we'll do like one more room. 46. I should just scroll this way. 46I. The left-hand archway leads into a tunnel that slopes gently upward. You keep on going, even though the feeling in the air is very similar to the undead feeling of the chamber you just left. As you step into 110, you see why. Oh no!
Wait, hang on. This isn't the vampire chamber again, is it? Ah!
110. Oh. Oh, I like this a lot. I like how they're just like a bunch of fucking skeleton knights kind of working. They're just like looking around. They're looting. They're like, yes. Okay, 110. Whew. Okay. The moment your foot falls in the new chamber, you find yourself challenged by a ghastly armored skeleton. Your eyes dart around, looking for some way to get out of there quickly when you see an imp caught in a trap hanging from the ceiling. At least the imp won't be a problem for you. You've got quite enough of a problem now. What's this fucking skeleton gonna sound like? I don't know. Beej?
What?
You want to do this one?
Oh, right, the skeleton, right.
I don't know what we're gonna do, but I can't think of a good voice.
Okay. Halt! Says the skeleton. This is Lord Soth's domain, and no mortal is to come in here.
You've heard of the undead Lord Soth, who pays for his evil misdeeds by eternal undeath. You don't know why any of his men, skeletons, would be here in Mount Nevermind. But I must look everywhere. That's what the gnomes asked me to do. You don't much like arguing with the skeleton.
You must leave immediately, or die at our hands.
The figure hefts his sword meaningfully. If you want to leave, turn around and make your way back to 8. Oh my god, you go all the way back to the beginning! But
wow.
If you're determined to see this place, turn to 136A and prepare for a fight. Well, we'll try to fight him. 136A. Conduct combat with Lord Soth's Lieutenant. If you win, let's see how strong Lord Soth's Lieutenant is. Is it
from 110?
What was the page before this? 110?
I thought
first
it was
encountered skeleton. I don't know, there's just like 4 skeletons, so I guess we're gonna fight the first one.
I guess
yeah. It's the first encountered. I do have Leif Erikson, yes. What was Leif? Hits on a 7 or lower for 5 points of damage?
5, 5, and 5.
This is 5, 5, 5? Okay.
Yeah,
he only has 5
so
hit points.
Who gets attacked first? Leif, probably? I guess Leif gets attacked first, or do they attack us separately, right? Like,
that's a good point.
Whatever. The skeleton hits on a 6 or less for 5 points of damage and has 9 hit points. So I go first.
Hell yeah.
I hit for 5, right?
Yep.
And so it has 4 hit points. I guess Leif goes.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Come on, Leif. Let's go, Leif.
Hell yeah, right.
Leif and I, the best friends forever. Just fucking. This thing's like we're going to fight. I don't know why it sounds like that.
Let's have a Donnybrook.
Yeah, and Leif and I just like ha-cha! We just chopped him in the head. Yeah, that's it. All right.
Bother.
Oh dear. Okay. If you win, turn to 116J. 116J. I feel like this is a game that we could literally go back to like next month and still have a different.
Oh yeah,
we haven't really
so
seen.
Many, like,
we haven't
things,
seen that much of it really.
There's so
the
many
skeleton
caves.
has trouble getting its sword into the. The skeleton has trouble getting its sword into the vulnerable parts of your armor, but your steam-powered armor easily smashes the figure's dry bones to dust. The other skeletons watch the fight with interest, But when you are clearly the victor, they just return to their tasks and leave you alone. Fuck, man. Oh, they're like...
Ooh.
I didn't like that asshole anyway.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Oh, man. Okay, return to 110. That's sick. I'm not getting involved yet. All right, 110. So...
I'm sure there was a
free to...
normal reason for this.
So there's a skeleton on the floor, a dragon statue, a wheeled machine, a steaming machine, an imp, and a trap. We probably only have time for like 1 or 2 of these because I want to see how the game. Do we want to see how it ends? Because we have found nothing, right?
We got the shrinker thing.
Yeah, that's pretty
We have
much
the
the
one
only thing.
shrinker.
It's
Yeah.
probably not enough, though.
No,
Wheeled,
I want to come
wheeled
back to this,
machine?
so I think we're just gonna go. We're gonna wait. I think we're just gonna play this out, and then the next time
Yeah.
we come back to this, we won't see how it ends. I think we can save it.
You look like you're
So,
wearing...
okay.
That's great.
Beej, you look like you're wearing fabulous eyeshadow.
I know, right?
Let's see here. 110. So it's
I'm
either
slowly-
skeleton on the floor, dragon statue, wheeled machine, steaming machine, imp and trap, darkness 2 left.
So there's the 2 skeletons are carrying the dragon statue?
Yes.
So you would probably become afoul of them, but there's
Well, I'm gonna check
skeletons
out the
in front of
skeleton
every
on
machine.
the floor. There's a skeleton on the floor, like reaching up for that treasure chest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check. That seems to be the most like least offensive answer. You know what I mean? I don't want to mess with the imp because what if the skeletons put the imp in there for a reason and they don't
Yeah.
want me fucking with it? I'm not gonna mess around with the dragon statue because there's 2 skeletons carrying it, and you don't just walk up to 2 people moving a couch and fucking sit on it. Right?
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah, there's the wheeled machine. There's that one skeleton, kind of looks like he's trying to fix it, I guess. I don't know. He's got a sword pointed at it. He's like, I don't know. I'm just going to bang at it. And the other homie's just chilling in the background. So the one on the ground seems to be the least offensive answer. 48G. All right. You stare at the skeleton on the floor, grasping the small casket with its withered fingers. How odd. The skeleton appears to be withered. But how can bone wither? You lean down to inspect the box and discover that a musty odor comes from it. The tiny thing disquiets you for some reason. If you want to open the casket, move the skeletons. They're like, how does it wither? Are you sure you want to open the casket? Yeah. I mean, I'm immune to radiation poisoning. What's the worst that could happen, right?
It's true. Yeah.
I kind of want to find out.
Absolutely you do.
Yeah, 60G, baby.
I mean, we know that these things are going to kill us, which is great.
You open the small casket, expecting at least some gold coins or a gem or 2, but what you get is old age.
Ah.
Instantly, you age 50 years and lose all but 5 life points. If you had fewer than that, you mysteriously gain some to make 5. Your joints creak ominously as you turn around, trying to get the strength to lift the steam-powered armor. Failing, you set out to find a way out of Mount Nevermind, hoping that you can at least survive to reach your own home.
Yep.
But,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
no, how ironic that you're now 50 years old, but you've got these awesome recipes for cooking. There was time now.
Time now.
It's not fair. There's time now. Oh, man. Let's check out some other ones. That's pretty funny,
Yeah.
though. What were we on? 40 something?
48?
48? No. It wasn't 48, was it? Does anybody? It was 110?
Oh,
Jeez,
The 48 was, 110 was the room.
Right.
Okay, 110 was the room.
Sorry.
It's so much harder, like, because I can't put my, like, when I have the book, it's easier.
Yeah,
I'm,
you can.
put my finger where I was, right?
I mean, I guess there's probably like a bookmark function of the PDF thing, but
Oh, probably, yeah. All right. Well, we've got more things to... Okay, so don't touch the skeleton on the floor was actually the most offensive answer. So, imp and trap it is! 70i! All right.
It's going to be the talk to the imp thing again, I have a feeling.
Okay. Curious, because every other imp you've come near has been trying to kill you. You go to see how the imp was caught in a trap.
you have not fought an imp once. The one time
Nope.
you had the option to fight an imp, you decided to talk to it, and then decided to just concede instead.
Yeah. It turns out to be incarcerated in a gnomish steam-powered wire net. The little creature screws up its face and pleading. Oh, please, 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 kind sir. Don't leave me here, helpless, before these awful undead creatures. I may be from another plane, but I'm not evil like they are. Fuck, man. Let me out, and I'll grant you 3 wishes. That's horse shit. There is
So
no
judgy.
fucking way, man. This is why you don't let things out of cages or jars or fucking anything. This is just an all-encompassing general rule of thumb.
Oh, wow.
This is definitely a trap.
Are we extending the jars to cages as well?
Oh, yeah.
They're all traps. They're all confinement devices.
They're all traps, yeah. Certainly seems tempting if you want to release the imp, turn to 108. I kind of want to see what happens, though. What if the imp actually does fucking grant me 3 wishes?
What if the
How
imp
would
is
they
a
handle
genie?
that
Yes.
mechanically? Pardon?
What if the imp is a genie? Yes.
Yeah. Ah, yes.
They're gonna be like, I will grant you 3 wishes, and those wishes are you die. Oh.
108 I. Alright. Let's see what happens when we let this bad boy out. Thinking about what 3 wishes you're gonna make, you manage to turn off the steam-powered wire net. Limb by limb, you release the imp from the net. Now, you say, as it swings over the side of the net, how about those 3 wishes? Wishes, smishes! As it exclaims as it attacks.
Great.
Oh, man. Turn to 121i. Wishes, smishes! Well, what did I expect, really?
We'll never get to hear his wishes now.
Now we're back to the, you can go different ways.
Oh, yeah, this is the generic imp fighting. No, 121i is the different imp fighting techniques. What did I do last time? I tried to convince the gnomes to help, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried committee. It didn't work.
Yeah, and then you got a big committee, and then you just decided to give up, and the imp left. Oh, no, the imp didn't leave.
No, he was just like, you suck.
Yeah. Let's do the one where we...
Throw whatever's handy. For example, the aging box.
Oh, yeah, 113H. Yeah, let's do that. That's way better. You make the 113H.
Like all the skeletons are like, there's a reason we put him in the cage, you know.
Yeah.
You begin throwing rocks and unknown machines at the imp, and to begin with, it works great. You only do 3 life points of damage per hit, but you don't have to worry about a poison tail. The imp does not try to hit you, but you can usually duck the tail. Every time the imp hits, subtract the normal damage it does, then roll the die. On a 11 to 12, turn to 125. On lower rolls, so it just kills me with poison, probably?
Probably, if you roll 11 or 12, yeah.
Alright. So, I go first. I guess I use my usual... Oh, the leaf is here, too. I hit it for 3 points of damage. How much life does an imp have?
Ah, good question. Generic imp. Was it 9?
Oh, it'd be generic imp? Oh, yeah, generic imp.
So. Yeah.
6 or less to hit, and it does 3 damage, and it doesn't tell me its life points. It doesn't have any hit points.
Oh, weird.
I'm assuming I hit it once and it dies. It explodes and fucking screams at horrible agony. There we go.
I agree.
Perfect. On lower rolls, it doesn't tell me what to do after the fight.
6 by 3 and no life points. Yeah, you're right.
Also, what do I do? Where do I go after I win? This game just stops.
I think you just beat it and you go back to the room.
Back to 110? Okay. Yeah,
or you just keep fighting until you get 11 or 12?
No, I think 11 or 12 is like, because the imp hits you and then you have to roll again. It's asking you to roll again. So the imp hits you with like the poison, and then if you roll 11 or 12, I guess the poison fucking connects and you die. I'm assuming that's what it is.
So every time the imp hits, subtract the normal damage it does, then roll the die. And then a roll of 11 or 12 on that die roll. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's the poison tail. Let's go check out the dragon statue, and then we got to do subs, and then we'll call it a night. Right. Dragon statue, 76E. Heading towards the statue of the dragon, you see the undead warriors carrying it, preparing to protect it with their lives? Man. Obviously, if you want to inspect the dragon statue... 76E. Obviously, if you want to inspect the dragon statue, you're going to have to fight the skeletons carrying it. If you want to fight, turn to 62G. decide it's not worth the effort. It's not worth the effort. Let's stop here because I want to come back to this book definitely.
So we don't want to do the dragon fight?
No.
Okay.
I want to come back to this one. I think if we do this again, which we'll plan to do at some point, I mean, there's a bunch of campaigns that'll be playing, but I mean, we don't have to do it on Mondays, right?
That's true.
So we can squeeze something in somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm curious about that.
Yeah,
how you fight imps though. Like it was just like do it and then and if you like roll this thing, it hits you with its tail. But then it's like how do you actually kill it?
I'm assuming that if you hit them, they just fucking die.
Yeah, I kind of get that feeling. Because they didn't give you any, like it's not saying that, oh, you can tell that this imp has 8 life points or something, or they're not always different, right?
I think it's just like when you hit the imp, it just dies, and that's it.
Or it flies away.
That was wild, though. That fucking book was great. I loved every bit of this one. This one and Fairy Mound were good. The other, like, I feel like Night of the Living Dead was too long-winded. But this one is, like, short and it's dumb.
And it was more serious.
Yes. Night of the Living Dead had some goofy stuff, but, like, it was more like, yeah, you're a paladin seeking redemption. And this one just has, like, imps with laser guns. I'm just looking through some of the fucking art, and I'm just like, yeah, we got radiation poisoning from an atom bomb. You know.
Oh.
I enjoyed this one immensely. I was worried that it was going to be too complicated with, like, the gnome machine and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
It was actually really simple. But
I'm glad we had a chance to run the machine, too. That was really cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was it for tonight's Dice Friends. Just a reminder that this stream every week is brought to you by the folks over at Wormwood Gaming. They make a lot of very good products that are associated with tabletop gaming, like dice trays, DM screens, dice towers, everything else. And if you go over to wormwoodgaming.com and use the code LRR, you get free shipping within the US. And also, if you use the code LRR World, you get $10 off everywhere else on planet Earth. Also, this stream is brought to you every week by you, your support over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Lets us keep the lights on. It lets me and Beej and Paul do this stream, which is slowly becoming my favorite thing that I do here. I don't know, man. It's like, it just keeps getting better. It's fun to do, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad that and I never get to like really hang out with Paul and Beej that often. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
this is always a blast.
Wait until we get in the same room together and do it.
Oh
man, that'll be so much better. Also, a reminder: if you go to store.com/loadingreadyrun, we have a lot of new stuff for sale. Namely, we have a T-shirt. This is don't talk about Bike Club, which is in reference to our Dice Friends campaign that we recently just wrapped up for Vampire the Masquerade. There's also a bunch of other stuff. We have what was the new thing? It was like a water bottle. Didn't we have like a travel mug or something?
So Coffee with Surge has a keep cup.
That's
It is very nice. We tend to buy really nice merch because we want stuff that we would want to use as opposed to just kind of slapping our name on some stuff and sending it to you. So so that's in there. It's like, wow, that's like $30, Beej. That's a lot. And it's like, yeah, it's a lot. You should try one of these things. They're rad.
We wanted to make sure we got the kind of cup that Surge would actually be using to drink coffee.
And he literally said, "Hey, can we get these?" And it's like, "Yeah, we can get these actually." And Graham was like, "Thank God, because I wanted to get these." And Beej is trying to convince me that we shouldn't because they're too expensive. But I was trying to tell him they're really good. So the RoadQuest water bottle, which I should also say, if you go on the site and you find stuff that we're out of stock on, put your email address in. We don't harvest that, send it to other people. We don't do anything with it other than we will let you know when the thing you're looking for comes back into stock. I have put in an order for RoadQuest water bottles for, I think, the 5th time now, because you guys keep buying them, so I keep stocking them. RoadQuest Mountain Teas are coming back into stock. Loading Ready Run hoodies are coming back into stock. Loading Ready Run Pride shirts are coming back into stock. That should all be happening within the next couple of weeks. So if you are looking to get something like that, add your name, add your email address to the list on those kind of things, and when they come back into stock, you will get a notification let you know that it's there.
And by the way, if you haven't seen the latest episode of Coffee with Surge, that went up yesterday, and it's all about burr grinders versus blade grinders in terms of grinding your coffee. which
Yeah.
turns out to actually make a big difference.
All right. Well, that's it for this week's Dice Friends. Thanks a lot, friends, for hanging out. And we will see you next week. Jeremy does a one-shot, I think, is the next episode of Dice Friends.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that. But anyways,
All right.
have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.